countdown yet, Ollie.
I know. I did look before. Hello, everyone. I don't know if anyone's joined yet, but hello,
Hi, everyone.
welcome. I did look at the countdown, but I think you have to enter the studio to be able to add it. And I looked like 10 minutes ago, so I looked everywhere, but I think you have to actually enter the studio to be able to add the countdown. I don't really know how it works.
Well, I just got a notification you went live, so that's all right.
There we go. That's good. It's working then. It says 4 people, so there's definitely people watching, I think.
Yeah, it was 4.
Yeah. Oh, can you see the numbers as well?
No, I can't. If it says 4 people watching, it might mean it's 4.
Yeah.
I don't think that counts.
No. First comment of the evening, Ellery Fiddler. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. Hello, Ellery.
Hi, Ellery.
Oh. Good. Doing well. Just hope my light holds out.
Ellery's umming and ahhing about starting a channel himself, so we've got to convince him.
Well, we convinced you, Roy, to do it.
You did convince me.
I know. I was at the caravan one time, and you made a video of your collection, and I said, and I added it on. I said, "Whose collection is this?" New guest presenter to the Movie Mad channel, Roy.
That's right.
And he put that on there, and we got loads of good comments for that. And then you started your own. We convinced you to start your own one while you were, shall we say, less employed than you usually were previously.
I didn't go back and watch it.
It was good. It's still on my channel somewhere.
Do you ever watch your own videos?
I do sometimes because I watch them because I want to see how daft I've sounded.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same.
In case it says something really bad.
Apparently, it's common that you don't like the sound of your own voice.
Oh yeah.
It's more for the quality, and if Cookie the Bird has disrupted so much that I have to refilm, I need to watch it to check. Or there's the times that I've been sitting in the car here and holding up movies and nobody could see them, and they're pointing it out. After the video goes, we can't see any of the movies, James. I'm like, okay, I'll need to refilm that. My professionalism as always. And there's always interruptions in my household for filming. There's never a quiet moment, and it wouldn't be a Movie Mad channel video unless I drop something.
I know. Yeah, you're certainly unique, all right.
I was just watching your charity shop, Paul, catching up on your videos. You've got so many good ones there.
I've done really well in the last couple of years. It's not always like that. Yeah. I think the key to charity shop hunting is just persistence, because I work from home and I don't like to sit in my desk for 8 hours a day. So I make sure I try and make a point of going out the house for a walk at lunchtime. And that's all I do is there's like a circular route. There's a few charity shops, CEX and Lidl's if I need any shopping, and I just walk back. It takes about 45 minutes, 50 minutes, depending on what shop's about. And it really just depends if you hit the right place at the right time. Well, I was in the BF, the British Heart Foundation shop that's on the way home from my route. The lady, my daughter used to volunteer in there, so the manager knows me. And I went in on, I think it was last Tuesday, and she goes, "I've not put any more Blu-rays out, James. I'm sorry." I'm like, "That's all right. It's fine. I'm in every day. I'll have a look." But just as she done that, this guy came in with 2 big underbed boxes full of Blu-rays, and she went, "You're in luck." She goes, "If you want to look at them and go through them, you can do."
Oh, yes.
So I did, and I says it was close to payday. I said, "Well, there is quite a few I'd take here, but it depends on how much you're going to charge me for it." And she goes, "That's £1 each. It's fine. Just take what you want, £1 each." So I got that Patton. I've always wanted to get Patton on Blu-ray, and that's always been out of print, so that was in there. And there was a few other ones, but I managed to, as always, buy ones that I already had, a couple of them. But I did. It's always the ones that are out of print that you just like. I know I would have had that in my collection if I'd seen it, and Patton was the one that stood out for me there. And there was a couple of horrors. All the Boys Love Mandy Lane. I remember watching that and thinking that was quite good, but it's not in my collection. And Julia's Eyes, but I realised I had that when I got home. there's also other horrors that I quite like that are all out of print, and there's no reason for them to be out of print. Like Jennifer's Body with Megan Fox. It's something like £16 or £17, and there's absolutely no reason that should be out of print. You're just like, so if anybody comes across that, I'm looking for it. So yeah, that's one of the ones I'm looking for.
I'll keep my eye out.
Larry says bonjour. Bonjour, Larry.
Bonjour, mon ami.
Hello. You would think that more people would be dropping in DVDs and Blu-rays to the charity shop now, because there's a lot of people that are like clearing out their their collections and stuff. But I find like in a lot of my ones, like it's a lot of just the same stuff over and over again. It's so hard to come across like a good haul or a good selection of new ones coming in. Like I don't know if everyone else's charity shops are as bad as mine, but
it's just
mine's not very
persistence.
good. Mine are very hit and miss, but now and again, like James, you just get something incredible. Like remember those 4 James Bond steelbooks about 2 or 3 months ago? 4 James Bond steelbooks. I've already got the box set up there, but they traded in for £85, I think, and they were £2 each. So straight round there, traded them in, bought myself what I did want.
I was just reminding myself. I was speaking to AJ on AJ's Movie Place. I don't know if you watched his latest video about. Basically, he was talking about whether buying second hand is contributing to the movie industry, and he didn't seem well. I think he had the argument that buying second hand, himself included, isn't contributing to the the studios and things like that. And I had a sort of alternative view to that, right? Right, say you're a guy who goes and buys everything first day at HMV, you watch it, you then go and trade it in the CEX. Now you only get that CEX money because other people are willing to buy it, which means you get money to then go buy other new titles from the studio. So you are supported in a way. And I was also saying that, I don't know if you remember, I don't know if you've seen my videos, probably will have, about 5 or 6 years ago, there was this Arrow set called 6 Gothic Tales. And for some reason, somebody tipped me off that it was £50 in HMV, but if you went up to CEX and traded it in, you got an £80 voucher. So the HMV, quite conveniently for me, is only a 5-minute drive from me. So I went down to HMV, searched the things, they had one on the shelf, I bought it, I took it straight into HMV and got an £80 voucher. But coincidentally, when I got back, Zavvi were having a buy one, get one free sale on 6 Gothic Tales as well. So I bought another 2. They came in the post. I traded one in, so I got a £160 voucher, plus I got to keep them, and I spent £100. And I don't spend all my vouchers in CEX on Blu-rays and things like that, because coincidentally it was coming up to Christmas, and my son had an awful habit then of dropping and breaking Nintendo Switches. He must have dropped about 8 of them, I'm not kidding. And so having those vouchers in the pot was always handy in case that happened. So I could just go and get another one. But that's you've got to do the finances the way you can. That's the budget we have here. I can't take money out of the household income. Well, saying that, I took £100 out of the household income doing that, but I got 160 Switch for it, plus a box set for myself.
Yeah, sorted.
Yeah.
Cody says, good luck. It's fun and rewarding while a lot of work. I think that's in response to Ellery starting a channel.
Hi, Cody.
It is always very handy when you start the channel to get other people to shout you out, because I'll be honest with you, for my first year, I don't think anybody done that for me, and I think I had like 27 subscribers for a year or something like that. When I got 27, I was delighted, and it took a long time for it to build up a bit.
But I'm sure if Ellery goes for it, I'm sure he'll be fine.
Definitely, yeah.
I mean, I've been talking to Ellery for quite a while. He's been subscribed to me for a long time now, and he's not nice chap, and I'm sure he'd be perfect. We're a friendly community. I'm sure he'd be welcomed in with open arms.
Yeah.
Where's Sam?
He is joining, but not. He said it'll be about 8:30, because he's travelling back home. But he said he will be. I've sent him the link, so he'll join when he gets home.
That's all right. I was like, we're missing someone.
Yeah, and I don't think Tim was having problems because he was getting a new internet today, so he said he don't know if he'll be able to join or not.
Okay, fair enough.
Larry says, how do people catalogue their collections in order to know what they have and avoid getting duplicates? Mine's based purely off of memory at the moment.
Me too. It's all up there.
Yeah.
I use an app, but the problem with that is you have to keep the app up to date of the things that you've got, I use an app called CLZ Cloud. You can get the app for the computer, and you can get an app for your phone. So actually, when you're out and about, you can go and check exactly what you've got while you're on there. But the problem with that is you have to keep it up to date, which I'm going to be honest with you, I'm notorious at not doing. I started cataloguing my shelves, and I've done a whole section, but then I moved everything about, and I'm like, I'm going to have to start again because I don't know what's on each shelf and what I've catalogued and what I've not. Also, I've got DVDs still, as you probably know. Well, I did at the start of the year, well, maybe November, December, I think I had about 3,000 DVDs still. And I decided that if I had a DVD on Blu-ray, I was just going to get rid of the DVD. So I keep them in metal cases, and I've got metal cases that I've got store 300. 4 of those. I've got 3 metal cases that store 500, and I've got one that stores 1,000. And in the app, the CLZ app, it's quite good because you can customize the fields. So if I've got a DVD and it's in the app, I can say at least which box it's in. So I can change it to box 1, box 2. So I've got them all numbered. So if I'm looking for a film on DVD, I can go in the app and I can go, listen, at least it's in this box. That narrows it down to a search area a little bit than doing that. But I don't know if you've seen my channel lately, but I've actually been combining Blu-rays into triple cases and things like that. So guaranteed, I'm going to buy duplicates. But when you've only got so much space and you want to keep collecting, you've got to find more and more inventive ways of storing stuff.
Get your son to move out. That's what I've done.
Well, he's a wee bit young for that, but yeah. but I think I've maximised. I've still got a bit where I'm going to build another bit of shelves, but I've got one Billy bookcase, and where he's combining, it must hold 1,000 Blu-rays. And I've also got my regular shelves that hold maybe 400 each in that, and then I've got the DVD boxes. And I've also got the poly folders that I've got where you just get rid of the case completely and just keep the cover and the disc. And I must have got about 300 of those as well. But I do that with my least favourite movies or ones that I'm less likely to watch. And I just put them in there. And it's ready getting rid of them. You know, some of them are not much value. And if you take them to CX, you get 10p. So you may as well keep them in a plastic folder.
How about you, Jodie? How do you keep a catalogue of your collection?
I actually just started doing mine on, I have a private list on Letterboxd, and I just find that it's just handy because when I'm out and about, if I'm in a charity shop or something, I find something, I can just easily pull it up on my phone, and then eventually I would like to kind of arrange everything by genre. So I just think with Letterboxd it's really handy because it kind of gives you the categories as well, and you can kind of break it down into different categories depending on what way you want to organize your movies. So I just find it's really handy, and it just looks very, very aesthetically pleasing as well. So I just find it handy just to have it on my phone. I've tried a few different apps and stuff, the ones that you can scan them in on your phone. But I just find that Letterboxd is just the easiest. It's just remembering to actually put them in when I buy something. And sometimes you're just on a spree of buying things, and then you've kind of just get delayed in putting things in. So it's just a bit of maintenance, but I kind of find it works just for what I need it for.
I did have that CLZ that James had, and when your bank card runs out and they send you a new one through the post, Well, for some reason, the next month, because you pay monthly for it, the next month it failed because it was still reading the old card on there. So, and then they stopped the account, and I've never kept it up to date then. So, like I say, it's
I've never paid. I've never paid for it for 4 years, Roy. Unless you update it, you might. Mine's on the computer, so my subscription ran out, but the actual app still works. It's just that you don't get updates. That's all.
Oh, well, it didn't work for me.
Was yours the app that you got on your phone, or was it the one you got done on computer?
App on the phone.
So my one's the computer version.
Oh, right.
And if you download the app on your phone, it says, "Do you want to sync your CLZ movies onto there?" And I said no, but so you can't actually use the app to see your movies. But if there's an option in the app that says "View your collection on online," so I just hit that, and it takes me to my collection on my computer because it's all uploaded to a site when you do it on a computer. So I don't pay a fee.
You just type it in there and not scan it.
Well, there's also you can still scan it. There's an app called CLZ Barry that gives you the thing which you can connect to the app on your computer. So when you're home, you can use your phone to scan them into the app. You can still do that. So I don't pay a subscription. I did pay it the first time I got it, but that must have been 5 or 6 years ago. But and it still finds every movie. It doesn't. It just doesn't update to the latest version. So I've just never done it and just used the old version.
They always say you Scots guys are canny.
I couldn't afford it either, so I was like, "Oh, it's still working. I'll just enjoy that. That's fine."
Good evening, guys. Hello, James.
Hello, James.
Hi.
Great lineup this evening. Yeah, definitely.
Thanks very much.
What's been your best charity shop find? Well, I've not had much luck in charity shops myself. I think the best I've ever found was I got the Fawlty Towers DVD set still sealed in a 5 for £1 a few years ago now. But yeah, that was the one that I was chuffed with the most. But I don't think I've ever found anything good, I would say.
Well, mine was definitely them James Bond steelbooks that I was on about just before Christmas. British Art Foundation. They were £2 each. They were pretty banged up. They were scratched and didn't have a J card, so I didn't know whether CEX would take them. So I just took the gamble and took them in, like I say, £85 voucher. And I said to him, I didn't know whether you'd take them or not. He said, "Oh, you're looking at CEX, aren't that hot on quality control?" So he admitted it to me face. So yeah, brilliant find. I couldn't believe it.
Oh, that's a hard one to think of, actually. I think, like, I'm just trying to think, like, my most recent one, like, I did, like, my it was like 10 for €1, and I got a few good ones in that. I got like a really nice, like, Caligula DVD special edition. I'm just like, I was so, like, pleased with that for 10 cents. But yeah, I think it's been pretty kind of standard stuff, really, in my other kind of charity shops. Nothing overly special, but I've definitely got a good, like, built up a good kind of bulk of my DVDs through charity shops. So but nothing kind of that I can think of that really stands out.
I'll be honest with you, I've had loads of good ones. I've had 2 sets where the last one was absolutely great. I did spend £53, which was a lot of money in the charity shop, but with that one, I picked up 27 Blu-rays and 30 DVDs for that. And some of the Blu-rays were unbelievable. Long Legs, Indicator ones, Warner Archive ones. There was a 4K of The Fall Guy, which I've already got the 4K of The Fall Guy because there was that misprint in the Blu-ray and Larry kindly sent that to me. So I traded that in. About a year ago, I'd done the same in the exact same shop. There was loads of them, and right early on when I was doing this, there was a full set of Game of Thrones seasons 1 to 7, and in DVDs, and that was before even season 8 was out. And I went into the charity shop, and they just happened to be putting them out, and they gave me for £1 a series. I walked straight into CEX and I got like £49 of vouchers for that, and because I already had some of the Game of Thrones DVDs, so I thought I'm just going to take the voucher now and then I'll do that. But maybe one of my best finds, not even in the charity shop, was my Poundland find all those years ago when they were doing the Blu-rays. Yeah, I found a 4K in Poundland. It was the Shallows. I walked in and I went, I was one for, when they had the boxes up the top, going and looking at the boxes and seeing what was in there. And I pulled one of the boxes down, and there was the 4K The Shallows, and there was 2 seasons of Game of Thrones on Blu-ray for £2 each. So that was probably my best one. But I think when you go to the charity shops, because they're so close to me, and when it's lunchtime, there's sometimes you can go for weeks and weeks and not find anything, and there's just that one time you just happen to be at the right time, and you get them there. When I first started doing this, I started, collecting DVDs and things like that when I was off from work for a while because I wasn't feeling so great, and I was just trying to get myself a walk out of the house, and that's when I discovered a cancer research shop, and they had box sets and everything like that outside for 50p. For 50p, I think it was, or it might even been 10 for £1, and it was box sets of series. But what I discovered is that if you walked straight back up to the cash converters, they would give you 50p a box set. So even if you didn't want the box sets, 10 or 20 of them, you go and like get 4 or 5 times your money, and then I could use that to buy the things I actually did want. So it just gets me out of the house at lunchtime. So I think the key to charity shops is simply going all the time. Even if you've not found something in one of them for years and years, if you just keep going, eventually you do okay. Well, I have anyway.
Yeah. You say you got the boxes from the Poundland from the top. I used to get told off by the stuff every time.
Yeah, they told me off too, and I just ignored them. But actually, they always, I don't know how they have these wee stools they had out. Yeah. So I actually grabbed I said to the staff, "Can I borrow that for a second?" And eventually they went, "I'll get them down for you so you can have a look." so they did. So they did. But sometimes you got some really decent ones. There was one I really wanted from Poundland that was in there for ages, and I've still to this day not got it. Is it? I'm pretty sure it's a Kurt Russell movie as well. It's Starman.
Yeah, the Carpenter one.
Jeff Bridges.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never found it.
Oh, Jeff Bridges. Yeah. Everybody was finding that, and I really wanted that movie. I've still not got it to this day. And everybody was finding it everywhere. So I was looking through his box for it. I'm like, how is everybody else finding this? I can't find one copy anywhere. Yeah, that was in there for a while. They also had this Beatles one that was like 8 days a week or something like that, and you got that in there. But for £1. But for a while in CEX, it was trading for £5. So I was walking from Poundland 2 doors along and trading in.
And the Western Hostiles, that was in there, and that was trading for good money as well.
Do the ones in the UK still have the DVDs? Because we had them for like, we just went through like a phase of having so many of them, and I used to go all the time, and I got so many good ones. Like, and really, like sometimes you'd get really, really random ones. And they kind of slowly started disappearing. Yeah. So
what's happened is
really excited when you saw fresh boxes.
Yeah, Poundland were supplied those boxes by Music Magpie.
They're Asda now, aren't they?
And Music Magpie. So Poundland lost the contract to Asda, but Asda never have anywhere near the selection that Poundland used to have.
No Blu-rays either. It's all DVDs.
Yeah, there was also loads of HMV exclusives in the Poundland ones for ages as well, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And you were like, and because they were £1 initially, then they went up to £2. Well, because they were £1, if you did, if you weren't 100% sure on the film, you would take it anyway because it's £1.
Oh, I had piles of rubbish films that I never ever watched. awful action films and Steven Seagal terrible films. Oh, I had loads of crap.
Steven Seagal of the 2000s, oh dear. After Under Siege and his few 90s ones, you're just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But or some Jean-Claude Van Damme 2000 ones. They weren't those great. They weren't great either. But yeah, so there was a lot. There's a lot. I think that some of them are still in the poly slits. Probably that's probably when I got them. Probably are sitting in there. But there was also some great movies. They were doing in Poundland, and that was a great time. And that was so. My route since I started doing this in about 2016 is diminished. You know, there used to be maybe 10 charity shops. Now there's only 4 or 5, and there's no Poundland. HMV still there. Oh, I also found that 4Ks in the Cancer Research Shop. I found the 2 Top Gun set in 4K for £2. The Top Gun Maverick and Top Gun. I also found In the Line of Fire, Clint Eastwood 4K for £2 in the same shop at the same time. So yeah, so just to put, and you see when you walk in there and you're like, is that a 4K set there? And then you're like, you actually can't believe it that it's sitting in the 4Ks are sitting in the charity shop. I did also find that Lord of the Rings, that gold Lord of the Rings extended Blu-ray version set, but I wouldn't say that was a particular bargain. They had that for £20, but it just looks so nice, so I did buy that. But it was still selling for double that in CEX at the time. Even though I've got the 4Ks of the Lord of the Rings, I've still kept that gold box because it just looks so great.
Oh, I did last year as well. I'm talking to Game of Thrones. I found the Blu-ray set in Air Ambulance shop. It's the 1 to 7 set, and that was, I think they wanted £5, and I've already had them, so I trade that in. I'm sure I got 35 for it. So the bargains are out there. Just like you say, just got to be persistent.
Yeah, I'm a big Star Trek fan, and I did find a complete set of Voyager in the charity shop, and again they wanted £20 for it, so I paid it. But when I got home, it had 1 disc missing, and I was like, "Oh no!" But I had all the slimline cases, and I actually had the disc, and I was thinking, "Well, just put it in it." I was like, "I'd rather just have a complete set." So I took it back to the charity shop and said, "Listen, there's a disc missing," and they gave me a refund. And I'm like, you could put it back up for sale for less than that, you know, with a disc missing, you'll probably still get some money. But they threw it in the bin. And they actually threw it in the bin. And I walked out the shop and I'm like, what I did. So, but actually, I was with my son, and my son said 5 minutes. He said, that's such a waste. And I was like, well, let's go back. And I said, listen, you've just thrown that in the bin there. Do you want to sell it to me for £5? And they went, yeah. So I took it with this missing for £5. It probably had a few more bashes in it because there was an empty green bin and it went right to the bottom, but it was still okay. But full sets like that are rare.
Can you do it though, James? I can't do it.
No, I can't do that either. No, I can't.
Evening, guys. Hope you're well. Hello, Giz.
Hi, Giz. How you doing? Top guy, Giz.
James says, what do you have planned next for your channels? Well, I've got 3 videos coming out this week. I've got, I've just put one out this evening, which was like just a physical media update. I've got my collection update because I've moved my collection around, so I did a little bit of a video for that. And then 2 other videos. I think I recorded my TV collection again. And the second part of the foreign imports that you can't get here. So that's some videos I've got coming.
I like that video. It was a good one.
I watched that. There were some good ones in that. Copycat was a good one.
Yeah, that's a good film. I saw you pick that up as well.
Yeah, also one of the movies with Michael Keaton I really wanted to get was in there, which is Duplicity. But is that a Region 1 one?
I think it might be. I'm not sure because it's Sony, and I just got that Just One of the Guys, which is also Sony, but on the back it says Region 3, like A, B, and C. So it might be Region 3. I'm not sure. I can't remember now.
I remember watching Duplicity and thinking that was a really good movie. But it's again one of the ones that you can't seem to locate when you really want it. The other one, I'm pretty sure you shared this in your collection as well, and I really want to get it, which is White Noise with Michael Keaton as well.
That's so lucky to
movie.
find that. That's a good one. Yeah, I think I got it for about £10 on eBay.
Yeah, there's so many releases that are just not.
It's so annoying.
Available here. Yeah, it really is. There's a couple that I find really funny, but you can only get them on Region 1, and that's Ash at Popcorn and Horror. He's got them at Road Trip and Euro Trip. You just can't get them. They're good ones as well. But in answer to James's question, I don't really have any plans for my channel. I film when I can, and I usually go for topics when I think about them. I did actually get in a routine a couple of weeks ago of filming pre-planned videos and getting a bit ahead of myself to get myself a time to make a video that I've been planning for a long time. And yet I never done it. I'm just too busy. So my plans are when I've got a minute and it's quiet in my house, I sit down and talk about whatever I can at the time. I don't have any particular structure, unfortunately.
Well, I had a parcel through the post today from Carlos, Eastwood for Life fan, and very kindly sent me. And Sam has kindly sent me a parcel as well, which he said is sent today, so it might get tomorrow or Wednesday possibly. So when that one arrives, I shall do a couple of unboxings and highlight what I've got. And I can't remember what they've sent me. They did tell me, but my memory is terrible, so it'll be like
be surprised.
Not surprised when I get it. So that's one I've got planned. I'm going away at the weekend, so no weekly watches. I'll probably pick some stuff up while we're away because they've got a good CX in Lancaster and a HMV. We've got no HMV here, so it's rare I get to HMV, so I'm looking forward to that. So next week I'll probably do a little haul of what I've managed to find when I get away. Oh, yeah, in Lancaster, couple of years ago, because we go quite regular up to the northwest coast, and going back to a previous subject, I found 2 4Ks of Free Guy for £2 each, factory sealed. So I kept one and sent one to James. So yeah, that was a good find in the charity shops.
Isn't a bad movie either. Free Guy, I thought it was pretty good.
It's all right, isn't it?
I enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, just sat next to the shelf next to each other. I couldn't believe what I was looking at. £2 each. I just couldn't leave them there for that.
Yeah. How about you, Judy?
I have some, because I do collect a lot on kind of, like I follow kind of particular actors like filmography. So I like to go back through actors that I like and collect titles from kind of back in their filmography. So I want to do some like actor top 10s.
That'd be good, yeah.
I've like revisited a few Val Kilmer's, some ones that I haven't seen for a while, and then there's a good few that I love and that I watch all the time. So I might do like a top 10, and then I have a few other actors that I want to do as well. And I've been watching kind of some movies kind of off the back of some recommendations from like kind of members of the community. So I kind of want to do some just kind of reacting to some movies that I've watched that kind of ye have recommended. So I've watched some like really cool ones that I kind of haven't, I wasn't kind of planning to watch, like they weren't at the top of my watch pile, but that I kind of prioritize them, and now I want to just kind of like I guess just kind of give my own thoughts. And so yeah, I have a few videos coming up, and hopefully I'll go back to like my normal kind of weekly watches and stuff. And I have a very big February haul as well. So I've been collecting like a stupid amount of stuff throughout the month. So my February haul might be a little bit long, but I'm looking forward to it because I think I got some nice pickups. So
nice. I do like a haul video.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. James says, what's your go-to boutique label? For me, this is probably, it's not, I suppose it is and it isn't boutique, but it's one that Roy's put me onto, and it's the Vintage Classics Studio Canal label. I've been loving some of those films. They're great.
So good, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're really nicely packaged as well, aren't they? They're like really, really nice releases.
Yeah.
And they seem to be perpetually on offer, don't they, sir?
It's 2 for $15 at the moment, in HMV, so pretty good.
They won't be next week when I get to HMV. They'll be back up for 15.
No, but remember what happened to me? I went in because I wanted to get some on the premium collection. And the day I went in, I asked. He said, "Oh, we finished that yesterday." I was gutted.
Is it back on yet? Anybody know?
I don't know. I've not checked. He said it would be about a month, and it was about a month ago now. So it might be just starting or getting ready to start again.
Can you mix and match? Say if 88 films have got them on offer and the premium is on offer, you can get one of each.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do that. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
They were on offer in on Amazon as well. Actually, while they were on offer in HMV, they were on 2 for $15 on Amazon as well, and they had the Studio Canal and a couple of other labels as well. So I got a couple, and I think they worked out at like 2 for €18 for me.
Yeah, I think I'll grab it from Amazon.
I offered Roy a vintage classic one the other day, but he declined.
Which one was it again, James? I can't remember.
I was in CEX and I said, "Do you want this for your vintage studio collection?" It was Holiday with Cliff Richard.
Oh yes.
But you declined. Politely declined, as I would too. But
well, my mother-in-law's a big Cliff fan, and you go around there and you listen to it, and you're glad to get away from it. I'm
not some mistletoe in mind for you. But yeah, I like the HMV Premium collection, and the only thing that bugs me about that is when you can't really order them off CEX, because the chances are you're not going to get the slipcover, and that bugs you worse than anything. I had the Dirty Dozen on the HMV Premium collection, and I thought, I really want the movie, and it didn't have the slipcover in the CEX, and I bought it, and then it just sat there on the shelf next to the other ones with their nice shiny slipcovers. I was like, I just can't have that there. It just ruins the look of my shelf. So I eventually went to the HMV and bought it again, and then traded the other one back to CEX. Or did I give it to you, Roy? I can't remember.
I can't remember now. I think you must have tried it in. I can't remember.
Oh, and I really wanted them. I'm a Charlton Heston fan, and I really wanted the Mega Man on the HMV Premium Collection, and I ordered it from HMV, and then for about a year they didn't send it. A year. It said, "We're having trouble sourcing this item. We're having trouble sourcing this item," and I eventually cancelled it. And I walked into a CEX one time, and it was there on the shelf in perfect condition, and I snapped that up like nobody's business to add there, because I say I'm quite a Charlton Heston fan, and actually I forgot. I actually started rewatching the Planet of the Apes from the start last night, because so I watched the first one. And then I got halfway through the second one, but I turned it off because I was tired. But I'll just go back to the second half of it today, because Soylent Green's also in that HMV Premium collection. That's a good one. They are Logan's Run. I do like the HMV Premium collection, but it has ended because all of the titles were for Warner, and Warner have taken back the rights, and that's why you're getting the Warner Archive collection now. But so you're not gonna. I don't think you're ever gonna see another HMV premium collection one. But I've only got maybe 50, and I think there's 150 of them. So there's plenty out there still for me to find.
Do you mean they're not releasing any more HMV Premium ones? Okay.
No, not as far as I know, because I say all of those were a deal from Warner in America, so they were getting released over here under the HMV Premium brand. Okay. But Warner have decided to release their own set, which is the Warner Archive collection. You know, if you've probably seen a few of those coming out lately, but they don't have the nice slits and they don't look as good to me. But you know, it's all about the movie. But it does look. They do look nice and premium ones on the shelf. And I don't buy them all, because there is some movies that I don't particularly want or don't particularly like. But when there is one in there that I do want, then I usually get. Larry, I was talking to Larry about 3 or 4 years ago, and there was a couple I wanted, and I was telling, we chat all the time about movies, me, Roy, and Larry, and there was a couple I wanted. One which was Ice Station Zebra and Bad Day at Black Rock, and they just went into the premium collection 2 for $15, and I said, I'll get them when I've got funds. And Larry said to me, I had a like awards night in my work, and I sent a picture one time where I was at the awards night with my tuxedo on, and he said to me, I dare you to walk into CEX like that and buy a James Bond title and walk out. And if you do that, I'll buy the 2 titles for you. And I said, that's fine, I'll do that. So I filmed it walking into CEX with my tuxedo on, buying a James Bond movie, just walking out.
You're lucky you didn't get mugged.
Yeah, I was like, especially when I was walking in, it's not the greatest area, I'm walking in with my tuxedo on and my tie, and I say, but it got me my titles. I think he also dared me to do another one like that where he said I was to go dressed as Santa HMV, so I did.
You did that, didn't you?
I did that as well. Yeah. It was actually quite fun. It was quite fun. A couple of kids were actually asking me what they were going to get.
I couldn't do that myself.
I did that. It was quite fun. It was quite. I took my kids with me that one. And they were like, "Dad, what are you doing? What are you doing?"
We're not with him.
No, we're not with him. I don't think he dared me to do that. I think he just said get a Santa outfit, and I happened to have one for another reason. And I was like, yeah, let's just do it. Let's go to HMV in my Santa outfit. But getting back to the boutique labels, I say that's probably my go-to. I did also have a lot of Arrow titles, and I've still got a lot of Arrow titles. But I find with Arrow titles, the cover is deceptive. You think the movie's going to be good. You watch the movie and it's just not good.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen Island of Death.
No, I haven't seen that one.
I was like, well, let's just say you don't want to see it. So I thought this was going to be like a horror where people are getting killed and stuff like that. But it was one where there was things happening with animals which shouldn't be. And I had it on for about 5 minutes. I turned it off. I took it out my player and I took it back to CEX. But I said I can't have that in my house. So I just returned it. So, you know, I found sometimes I got in the habit of buying ones with nice covers rather than actually thinking about the movie. And I don't know, about October time, I sort of realised I was doing that. And I had a lot of 88 film horror ones, the slasher collection, the red ones, and a lot of other ones. And I needed some funds to get something for my son who he wanted something for his birthday. And I told him I wasn't going to get it. But I thought what I could do is I could just clear my shelves of these items, take them down to CX, and I could actually get enough credit to get him the item he wanted without making a big dent in my collection. So I did. I took a load of Blu-rays down, these ones that, you know what, they were sitting on the shelf and I never watched. I just liked to look at the covers, and I traded them in, and my collection's bigger than ever. Even though I got rid of all those ones, and it was one that sat on the shelf for 4 or 5 years, and I didn't even think I'm going to put that in the player. It was stuff like Sweet 16 and slasher movies. I don't know why I got them in the first place, because I was like, I'm not actually a big fan of slashers. So there you go.
That Sweet 16 was terrible as well.
You said, yeah. But I didn't watch it. But the 88 film brand, they do have some good bits on there, like the Jean-Claude Van Damme collection. I like that. So they're not too bad. And I suppose I should shout out Signal 1, since I almost bankrupted them. So I don't know if you know, but about 4 or 5 months ago, Signal 1 had a sale where you could get a Blu-ray for £5.
You've got an extra guest.
Oh, here we go.
Hello, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, guys. You okay?
Hi, Sam.
You all right?
Yeah, not too bad, buddy.
Is that your Christmas jumper you got on there?
SpongeBob.
Oh, God, but he's SpongeBob.
This is the Pineapple Under the Sea.
Yeah, and do you know what, Roy? If SpongeBob was a musician, it'd be SpongeBob Dylan.
We've been waiting for that.
Yeah, just warming up. Nice to meet you, Jodie and James, by the way.
You
Nice,
too.
yeah. So I was just saying about the 88 films collection that they do have some good titles, but they sometimes early on in my collecting, I was deceived by the covers and buying things for the covers rather than buying them for the movies. I think that's a mistake I've made, shall we say.
They do some good artwork, don't they? 88.
They do, and there are some great ones. I don't know if you've seen the 88 films. Sylvester Stallone one with Detox. The slipcover of that just looks, amazing. And I've got it now. I've still got the German release to send to you, Roy, in your box of stuff that I'm going to send. But I'm not. Not my problem is no finding the post office. It's finding a box to put in. But I have got one now, so you'll get your package. You'll get your package soon.
Nice one. I've got to get yours off this week. I'll keep saying it. I've got a package for you and a package for Larry. I'll get them off this week. So yeah, my favourite boutique label, if you haven't guessed already, all this up here, the Eureka Masters of Cinema.
Yeah. Never have guessed, Roy. Never have guessed.
So there's 50 on each shelf, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 shelves, so well over 200 spines. Wow. I think they're on about 300 now.
Wow. Yeah.
So what I'm missing now is pretty very, very out of print. Now again, I had another one in, like if I find it for a decent price. It's like the Kubrick one, Fear and Desire. I mean, I had it on my CX watch list for weeks, well, years, and it started off at 50 and it tumbled right down to 15. So that's it. I'm getting there, and it's creeping back up now. I think it's back up to 20. So yeah, you just keep your eye on them. And CX, they're not the best at keeping on top of the prices of these things. I think it's all algorithms, isn't it? And now and again they slip through the net, and you can get them for a bargain. So that's how I do it that way. Yeah, I really enjoy it. They're just a brilliant collection. Yeah. I've got lots I still haven't seen, but just being in the collection is pretty much a guarantee of quality. Every time I put one on, I just fall in love with another film. So yeah, that's mine. That lot behind me.
Yeah. How long have you been collecting them for again, Roy?
For about 4 or 5 years, I should think.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I started off with a handful and thought they look nice. So I put that handful in spine order and thought, I'll get some more of them. And it just sort of snowballed from there. Every time I had a CEX voucher, I was ordering more.
Yeah.
And yeah, doing it that way.
Excellent. And of course, Roy, my favourite British film of all time is on that label as well.
Kes?
Yeah. All the way.
And If, that's another good one on the label.
That's a really good one. I think that was one of the first few Eureka titles I picked up as well. Yeah. It might have been like my 3rd or 4th one.
No, you can't beat Kes. We need a 4K of Kes, don't we?
Oh, absolutely, man.
Sam, Jodie, do you have a favourite boutique label?
For me, it's probably Indicator is probably the one that, like, if I'm looking for a movie, I'll kind of find it on Indicator the most. I'm kind of not. I haven't kind of gotten to the stage where I'm kind of nearly kind of completed any of the boutique labels, but
yeah,
I just love Indicator. I just love like the era of films that they put out, and the only downside I think for Indicator is that they don't really include like kind of much of a synopsis.
No, they don't.
No,
yeah,
so
sometimes
it's
no, they don't.
But like sometimes, yeah, I just get carried away by just either if there's like an actor in it I like, a director or something like that. So you're kind of just going in totally blind. And there's a few movies now that I've got that have been just total surprises. But I really like the label, and I really like the special features and everything like that. So they're probably up there for me.
And they know how to do a sale, don't they?
Oh god, yeah. Absolutely.
3 for 15.
Oh yeah.
You can't go wrong.
That's got me many a CEX voucher indicator sale. I think I bought a lot of westerns of Randolph Scott ones like Comanche Station and things like that. But I bought a copy for me and then traded a copy because if you got 3 for 15, they were traded in for £10. So bought a copy and traded in 2 and got my money back. So
I still
that
haven't
worked
seen
out well.
I still haven't watched them ones yet. The Adventures.
Oh yeah, I traded them, didn't I?
You traded yours, didn't you?
How much? I think. How much did we pay for them again? Like it was at 18.
It was in the teens, 16, 18, something like that.
Yeah, but they traded in for like £35, and I was like, I'm not going to watch them. So I bought at the set, and I traded it in for I think it was £35. Trade. I've seen Adventures of a Taxi Driver, and it's just not my thing. I'm sure you.
Well, I haven't watched these yet, but I've watched the Confessions films.
Well, it's just like that, but even worse is, can I pay my fare? Can't pay my fare, love. Okay, then in the back.
Maybe I'm a dirty old man, but I quite liked.
It was just so I don't know, but it just was like, I was like, I'm never gonna watch them. But I have to admit, when I seen the box set and how nice and released it was, again, I was like, this does look good. Maybe I should just keep it. But then I was like, I'm never gonna watch them. I'm never gonna pick that up and say I really want to watch that tonight. I'm gonna shove it on. So I'd rather get the voucher and then spend it on something that I do want to get. So I just traded it. As I was saying before about the Signal One sale, I almost bankrupt. I forgot when Sam came in. I forgot to mention it. So Signal One had this deal where they had a lot of £5 and £7 Blu-rays, but they also had a reward scheme where if you sent a link to someone, they got £5 off, but if they used that link, you got £5 back. So I sent out to everyone I knew. I got like 16 referrals, I think. So I got 16 referrals, and I put in a massive order of 16 Blu-rays at £5 and £7. I think I only paid like £8 because some of them were 7, some were 5, and I was thinking they're going to cancel this and they're not going to send me them, but they did. They sent me all 16 of them, all 16 of those movies, and just about an hour after my order went in, it went, "We're cancelling the Signal One referral program for now. We'll be back soon."
You're the shrewdest person I know, James.
Well, it was like I was like, there was a few on there that I wanted to get, and I was like, can't really buy them just now. I've not got the funds, but if I send these referral links out, and people will get £5 off. But the people that were getting £5 off, they were using the £5 voucher just to buy one Blu-ray because it was free delivery, and then I got £5 and got a free one from them as well. And I think that's where they didn't thought. Yeah, so they were all getting free ones as well. And I think I got that Death Race 2000 a couple of times. So I got them for free, and I went up to CX and traded them for a tenner.
That's why when I went to order it, they'd run out of stock.
Yeah,
Have you seen that? Yeah, it was all. I'm pretty sure I kept one copy. I might have. I don't know. But yeah, so they had some good ones. And I say there was a lot of westerns and things like that I liked on Signal One. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Just thinking about the other boutique deals. I don't have as many Eureka titles as you, Roy. But I noticed that not all of them are masters of cinema. I've got Roxanne, with Steve Martin, where he's the fireman with a giant nose. I don't know if you've seen that.
No,
that's
I've not
a good
seen
film.
that.
Yeah, I like that.
And that was out of print for a long time, but that's a Eureka title, but it's not Masters of Cinema. They've also got the It doesn't say.
Yeah.
It just says, it doesn't say Masters of Cinema. It just says, and I've also got.
Well, yeah, does it say? Yeah, I've got quite a few myself.
That's when you've got that one there, Night of the Generals. Yep, I've got that too, and it doesn't say Masters of Cinema on it. I've also got the Dennis Quaid movie Enemy Mine with Louis Gossett Jr. That's another Eureka title that was quite hard to get. Also, the one I really, really wanted and I've never managed to get a hold of it is Cocoon. That's well out of print. Luckily, I've got the German Blu-ray, but Cocoon is really hard to get.
Eureka all over they're decimated. Most of it's out of print now.
Yeah.
I mean,
I always try and get Cocoon.
That lot's been an investment. It's worth far more than I've ever paid for it.
Yeah, I say that the thing is, with that, I always try and not to buy movies for that reason, because eventually they always go down. Well, maybe no Eureka, but you know, I want to buy the movie for the movie. I know what you're saying. Sometimes it's a good investment to do that, but you can't rely on it to do it. Like, remember you sent me Cinderella Man because I wanted to get that for ages from CEX, and it was something up in CEX. It was something like £16, and it's now dropped down to £3 in CEX.
Yeah.
I couldn't get it for ages. I don't know if you remember the others as well. That was a really hard one to get for ages, and it was up to £20 at one point. Again,
we were both looking at that.
Yeah, and that dropped down. That's dropped down way to 4. And same with Twister. That was up at 12, and it's now back down to 4. So
and another one, so, Larry actually sent me the Constant Gardener. Oh no, not the Constant Gardener. Sorry, the English Patient. I think that was.
I remember you said, yeah. I think I got that out of the charity shop when I was on holiday at that caravan site, and that's when you were like, "That's a good one," and you were looking for it, weren't you?
I think it's a couple of quid now in CX. I think it's £15 or so at the time.
As it went right down like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what you know. So it's amazing what movies are go like that. Also, I in the Arrow sale a long time ago, I bought Killer Clowns from Outer Space for £5.
Oh yeah.
With a purple slip, and I actually traded. I bought 4 for £20. I traded 3 in, and I got £10 each for them, and I kept the 4th one. And the 4th one, I don't know what it is, but I've started going off clown movies. And when I seen the 4K for Killer Clowns from Outer Space was coming out, and they were re-releasing it on a different brand, I took it into CX and I got £38 or something like that trading, and I've never replaced it. So it's just, but you know, when movies go up to that price, sometimes you just need to trade them to get the other movies you like.
That's it, yeah. Sam and I had a watch along with that a few weeks ago.
We did, didn't we?
I've still not seen it. I've still not seen it. I've still not watched it.
Such a fun film.
We had a good laugh, didn't we?
Oh, that was brilliant, wasn't it, right?
Yeah.
I'm presuming it's something like Critters that I was trying to get off the Arrow sale, and they done me on that, didn't they? Arrow.
Yeah.
They did everybody though, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they cancelled my order. Some people, if they chose the pound next day delivery, they got it.
Stuart got all his.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's lucky.
Yeah.
Did he choose next day delivery?
Yeah.
But
I should have paid the pound. Should have paid the pound.
James is asking, do you own many network releases? I own approximately 0.
I've got quite a few. I've got a lot of old films, probably 30, 40, I would have thought. I've got a few series. I've got the 7 Up, 7, 14, 21, where they went back and filmed the different kids 7 years on, up to when they were like middle-aged men. I've got that box set on network. I've got The Story of Film, which is a brilliant documentary.
Oh, cool.
Where is that one? Oh, hang on. This one, I highly recommend that. You see that? It's all the way from the start of the Man in the Moon, where they shoot the rocket into the eye of the moon, all the way up to modern day cinema. Just a brilliant documentary. That, yeah, highly recommend it. I think there's another part out to it now. Yeah, I've got quite a bit.
I've just got 3 network titles that I know of. Race the Titanic. Capricorn 1, and I've got another one. I think it's Jack the Ripper. I'm not 100% sure. I've got Raise the Titanic. I always thought that was a great movie. I seen it on TV when I was a kid, and I always enjoyed it. Because I don't know if any of you have seen Raise the Titanic.
The original one, James.
Well, it's basically there's a plot where there's some kind of really expensive mineral on the Titanic, and they have to go and they have to find where the Titanic is to retrieve this mineral because it's really important for a war effort. So they go and find the Titanic and they refloat it and sail it in New York Harbor. And it's a whole story about how they do that. Obviously, it never happened, but that was the whole story. That was the whole story on that one. And the Capricorn one is a film that's about a guy going on a space mission that's been faked. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
and they want to get rid of him, so they try and murder him in the desert, or when he crashes in his original plane or whatever. That's quite a good one. As well. But network's gone, but I'm sure somebody's bought the rights to them.
Yeah, they are releasing their stuff again now, aren't they? Yeah. Under different guise.
I always wanted to get it.
Yeah.
I think I saw them release Jack the Ripper.
Yeah. I always wanted to get the Terrahawks on network, and it was on Amazon really cheap for a long time, like £10 for the whole series of Terrahawks. I don't know if you've seen that. It's like the Thunderbirds, but it's animated or puppeted, as you'd call it. And I always watched that as a kid, and I always wanted to get that series, and I just never got it. And now that's gone. So, yeah, I wanted to get that one. That was on network as well.
Any of the other guys got any?
On top of my head, Ollie, I think I've only got two. I think I've got the I've still not seen it yet, and this was I got this for about, I think, £3 in like CX. It was that Alfred Hitchcock film called Young and Innocent, which I still need to check out. And I've got the Likely Lads film as well on network as well. They're the only two I've got, but I would love to get a few more Alfred Hitchcock ones on that label, Ollie. And I think there's the Goodies box set as well, which I wouldn't mind getting at some point.
Oh, The Lodger, that's on network. I've got that. Hitchcock one. It's a good film.
And there's, what is it, Roy? I don't know if you can still get it in HMV now, but is it The Lady Vanishes?
Yes.
I need to check that out, man.
Yeah, would.
Yeah. Meant to be really good.
Jodie, how about yourself?
To be honest, I didn't think I did, but then I do have that Capricorn 1 DVD. That actually rings a bell, but I think I do have a few more in my collection, but I just haven't been the best at kind of separating my DVDs into certain releases. So I probably do have a few more, to be honest, but I'm not actually sure which ones are in there somewhere.
A lot of good old British, because Ollie's been getting into his British films. There's a lot of network as well. A lot of Alistair Sim stuff, George Cole. Yeah, it's brilliant releases.
It's just going to get more and more expensive now, isn't it? Now they're not making them.
Yeah, they will do.
Did they do as well, Roy? What was it? Monty Python's Flying Circus. They did that as well, didn't they? Network.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
I think they might have done a Blu-ray box set, but I can't remember if it was Network or another boutique label for that one.
No, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not a big Monty Python fan, to be honest. I didn't mind the films.
Yeah, I'm with you there, mate. I'm more into the films than the TV series for that one as well.
James, do you think charity shops will phase out selling media? I think, personally, as long as it sells, they're going to keep selling it, I think. It's when they stop selling it that they're just going to... they've sort of phased out the VHS now in quite a lot of them, I've noticed. Because, obviously, generally, it doesn't sell anymore. I think it's DVDs are still number one, aren't they? I think, from what I read in an article a while back.
There's a lot less.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, I was
I was just saying
saying
there's a
lot of the charity shops that kind of near me have already started kind of getting rid of them, and there's a few shops that I've gone into that I used to go into all the time, and that I've gone into, and they've just completely gotten rid of their DVDs. So I presume they've just split them. So, which is really sad.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get a revival like they did with vinyl. You never know, do you?
Yeah. I hope so.
Yeah. I noticed
because
as well.
the
Go on, Jim. Sorry.
I was just going to say, because the supermarkets have stopped selling them, that a lot of people aren't, when you go and do your weekly shop, oh, there's that movie I wanted to watch, buy it, and then they watch it and then they get rid of it to the charity shop. Because the supermarkets are not selling movies anymore, I think that's why there's a lot less donations of physical media. I think when they do get it, to be quite honest, I think it's when people have died and their whole collections come in, and or they're decluttering rather than as I say, because the supermarkets aren't selling them anymore. Because I used to go to Morrison's, have a look, Asda, Tesco's, they all had them. Sainsbury's had a great Blu-ray section.
Yeah, I did.
I could got that. Yeah, I could got that Batman set out there. You've got, Roy.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I can't like Nectar vouchers, and I got the Batman. I got the Batman set out of there. But because they're not so mainstream anymore, there's a lot less being donated. I think there's certainly loads of charity shops that just used to have. I say the cancer research used to have like tables outside with loads of them, and now you're lucky if you've got a basket.
We've got Asda in the. If it weren't for Asda, you wouldn't be able to buy any new. You'd have to buy from Amazon. No HMV. That's it. Just Asda.
Yeah. Where's the nearest HMV to you again, Roy?
Coventry.
Okay.
So it's not too bad. It's
not bad.
It's like 12 miles on a train, but it's.
I don't want to brag, Roy, but I've got two.
It's just getting yourself motivated to go on the trip. Yeah, you've got two, haven't you?
And a FOP. Yep.
And a FOP, yeah.
Yeah.
Sam was up last year, wasn't you, to Edinburgh?
I was, yeah. I was there. When was it? I was there March last year because I saw Jesus and Mary Chain at the Usher Hall. They were brilliant. And then I was in Glasgow the same week. I saw what was it? Simple Minds. They were excellent. But yeah, actually, Roy, yeah, you're right. More recently, I was in Edinburgh for my birthday. Went to the FOP shop and yeah, saw Nosferatu as well. Cracking birthday that was.
Yeah, you had fun, didn't you?
Yeah, it was fantastic. Or Samtastic, should I say.
Fantastic.
James has said, I'm subscribed to all you guys' fantastic channels. Thanks, James.
Thanks, James.
Thanks, James. Much obliged.
Yep, I'm subscribed to James as well. He's a fan of the Never Ending Story. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I still need to see that.
I've said it years ago.
Yeah.
I love those. When I was a child. Especially the second one. The second one is really good.
Did it do a sequel to that one, Jodie? Sorry.
Yeah, it was
there's four.
Is there? Oh, cool.
I think I've only seen the two, but Jonathan Brandis is the actor who's in the second one, and I just remember growing up with that one, and it was really good. I don't know if it holds up now because I haven't watched it in a while, but I remember it being really, really fun and just very like whimsical when you're a child.
Okay.
Yeah.
When Artex dies, though, my son doesn't like any movies where animals die. So, when Artex dies in the swamp.
Oh yeah, it's fair.
What is it? The Sands of Sorrow? Is that what it is, or the Swamp of Sadness? Something like that. When Artex, there's a horse dies, so I'm not allowed to watch that.
He wouldn't like Ring of Bright Water, then, would he?
Oh God.
Yeah. I was actually talking about how good the TV was the other day. Well, I don't know if you guys know, but I got one of my subscribers sent me an excellent unbelievable gift one time. He sent me an OLED TV in the mail, and I just opened the door, and Roy had just got an OLED TV, hadn't you?
Yeah.
And I was joking with Roy. I says, do me a favour, just pack it up in a box and send it to me. And I opened the door, and I thought Roy had actually sent me the box of his OLED TV as a joke. And then I realised it wasn't, and I was like, where did this come from? And I messaged a couple of my friends, and one of my subscribers said to me, all they said was, enjoy. And they sent me a 4K OLED TV.
£1,000 telly.
Oh my god!
Yeah, absolutely unbelievable. But what I was saying is that me and my son were talking about the quality of the TV, and the first thing I ever watched on the OLED TV was the first scene in Yellowstone. I don't know if you've seen Yellowstone with Kevin Costner, but the first scene is basically there's a car crash, and he's got a horse, and the horse is trapped in it. But the horse is white. The contrast to the car, the cars and things like that are black. And I was like, James, because we're discussing it, he goes, your TV is. I'll just put it on. I said, look, I said, look, this is the best scene to watch on the OLED. I put it on, and he goes, they're not going to hurt the horse, are they? And he does, because he's in the car crash. He has to put him in his visit. I said, no, it's okay. I'm turning it off. I'm turning it off immediately because I forgot that was happening. But in terms of TV, I honestly did not know what I was missing until I got that OLED.
You did, because I kept telling you.
Yeah, you did, and it's just like night and day compared to other TVs. You know when you've got a 4K TV and you're like, put it on and you're like, this is good, it's looking great quality, it's all right. But see, when you watch something for the first time on the OLED, it's like a totally different experience. I don't know what it is. And I was just lucky enough that somebody was really, really kind enough to give it that. I honestly couldn't believe it. But you said Jaws looks great on OLED on the 4K. The water in Jaws looks absolutely amazing. I don't know what TV guys you have got. I know Roy's got an OLED. What about you, Sam?
I think I've got an LG TV, mate. Mine's a 42-inch TV.
I just mean the panel. Is it an OLED one or is it just a LED one?
What was the question? Sorry, James.
Sorry, is it an OLED?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good because I just couldn't believe the difference.
Yeah.
When you watch something like that.
Sorry, James. I was just going to quickly say, though, because, I just watched Jaws 2 recently on 4K, and my goodness, that transfer's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's beautiful as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I was saying to you, Roy, last Monday, that it's got me even more excited to check out the 4K transfer for the original now.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Like when they're on the beach, like the different bathing costumes, like are so colourful and vibrant. Oh, it's just lovely.
Yeah,
and I want to get 3 and 4 now. I know they're crap films.
Me too. Yeah,
I just want to see what they look like.
I heard 3 and 4 are the best transfers though, because there's some bits in the background of like people where they've used AI and the faces are off the person.
Oh, right.
I don't know if that's the case or not, but no, it's not that's going to stop me getting them. But I've heard that they aren't the greatest transfers.
Ellery says, I use the CLZ Movies app, but James is right. You have to keep it up to date. Yeah.
It's a lot of work. Well, it's not, is it? It's scary, but you know what I mean.
Well, it is when you get a charity shop hall and there's like a bag full. You're just like, oh.
Yeah. James says, do any of you make combo packs from DVDs and Blu-rays? I don't personally know.
This is your question, James.
It is because I did. But more recently, I've realised that there's only so much movies one person can have. And so my idea to save space initially was when I got the Blu-ray, I took the DVD out those silver boxes and I put it in the case with the Blu-ray. But more recently, because I've been combining Blu-rays together, I've actually just took the DVDs out. I've actually got a big pile of them just sitting there. There was a comment on my channel that said if you're going to, because I showed people what I was doing, I decided I was going to get rid of every DVD I had on Blu-ray and I had big piles of them. And I actually chucked like 200 or 300 out. And then on that video, I got a comment, you can send them to me, I'd like them. And so I decided I would keep the DVDs, and if somebody wanted them, I would just post them. And this lady said she was going to give me her address and things like that to send them, but she never did. So I've got piles of DVDs just sitting there. And I was thinking about just giving them away, but I don't know if people want just discs without the cases, you know. So, but I still feel bad chucking them out. I do. But I used to, now I don't.
James says, do you have a budget each month to how much to spend on collections? By month, no. By week, I try and limit it to £50.
Myself, no, not really a budget. If there's, I don't go overboard, but if there's something I want, I'll buy it. Depending what sales are on and stuff like James. I'm a budget collector, so I very rarely buy new releases, so I'm part of the problem too. So yeah, if I want something, I'll get it. Like I said, I don't go overboard, don't spend the electric money or anything like that. I'll just get what I want, really.
Go on, James.
I was just going to say, Jodie was going to say, I was going to let her go first.
Oh, sorry, Jodie.
Oh no, you're okay. No, you're all good. Yeah, for me it would kind of be the same. Like I would be mostly like a budget kind of collector as well. I just like the feeling of being able to kind of get kind of some titles that I want, you know, on a budget and not having to spend too much. So for me, like I'm kind of focused as well on making sure everything is paid and I have my savings and everything like that, and then it's really just whatever's kind of left over then I kind of get to treat myself with. So
yeah,
but it's then again it's just kind of being kind of sensible about it, and like if there's something that I really want that's over, then maybe kind of just waiting another week rather than kind of eating into kind of money that you need for something else. So I try not to let it become like a problem. Because you don't want to feel guilty about having a collection either. You want it to be something that you can take joy in rather than something that you feel bad about. So just to kind of keep it a positive thing, I don't like to, you know, go too overboard with it.
Yeah, so like the Hitchcock set that come out, I think I spoke about it last week. The early Hitchcock set, it's got all his early films. I mean, that's not long been out, and it's £120 at the moment. I'm desperate to have it, but I'll wait till I get it at a decent price. If I can pay out, if I get it on a sale, pay half for it, I'll do that. That's what I'm looking at. If it's 70, 60, I'll get it, but I'm not going to pay £100 odd just for a set of films. No, I can't do it. I've got the money for it, obviously, but I don't know, it just didn't sit easy with me. But I'll get it eventually.
Yeah.
How about you, Sam?
Yeah, kind of similar. I don't really have a like specific budget for like each week or like each month and stuff. It's just as of when, really. I'm kind of just wanting to do. I'm kind of getting to doing a bit more saving up and stuff. And yeah, I would probably say mainly it wasn't, you know, like being like, you know, like buying like you know, like a ton of titles and stuff the last, I would say, month or so. It's been mainly pre-orders and the limited editions I really want to get, in case, you know, they just sell out, in case they do sell out before they're released and stuff. But yeah, I'd probably just say as of when, really. Either like might be a couple like pre-orders, or like that might be 1 week, or another week it might just be like another sale, and I try and take advantage of that. So yeah, I probably would just go with something like that, Ollie.
Nice. James says, "What's your next big cinema release you're looking forward to?" For me, March and Powder. I think for me, it's that Sinners, the one with Michael B. Jordan with the vampires.
Yeah,
I can't remember who it was. It might be you, Sam, but someone suggested that that's the film we go and watch when we do our meetup, because I think it comes out the week before.
Yeah,
But,
that looks good.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that because I like a good vampire film.
Yeah. Yeah, because that does come out. Does that come out? What is it? Ollie, mid-April, was it?
Yes, the 18th. So about a week before we meet up. So that's got potential to be the film we watch if we go and watch a film.
Yeah, definitely. It'd be absolutely, fantastic and stuff.
Samtastic.
And Samtastic as well. Yeah.
I don't even know what's coming out, to be honest. No idea. I haven't really got an answer.
Me neither. I just, I just wait for it to happen. I don't have any anticipation, but I do like a good vampire film. I like Daybreakers. I think that's a great film. Roy wasn't so impressed with it, was it? Were you? Didn't like Daybreakers that much?
We famously disagree on films, don't we?
Yeah, well, we don't disagree. You like what you like. Yeah, like there's something we have in common, but there is a lot that we're opposite. Shall we say?
Fall out, do we?
Like, no, you hate Constantine as well, and Adam Sandler. Apart from the one film I don't like, Adam Sandler's.
Punch Drunk Love. What a great Adam Sandler film.
I know. I hate it. Roy sent me it and he says, "You got to watch this." And I sat down and I watched it. And I'm going to be honest with you. I was like, I was waiting for something to happen, and I'm still waiting, Roy.
I think you've just got to come to terms that you got terrible taste.
I can accept that. I can accept that. But my son as well. He loves actually Adam Sandler films as well, so I can watch them with him. He loves Pixels. He likes that. His favorite. He asked me the other day. He says, what do you prefer, the Waterboy or Pixels?" And I was like, I prefer Pixels. And he goes, "Well, I like the Waterboy." And he goes, "Vicky Valentine's the devil." He likes that. He goes, loves Adam Sandler films. I do too. I do too. And I haven't seen that Uncut Gems yet. But if it's like Punch Drunk Love, Roy, I don't worry.
It's a good one. I like it.
I love that as well. Yeah, Uncut Gems is really good.
Did we ever get a release?
I think it was just a US Criterion. I think, Roy, like in regards to, I think it was 4K as well. But it'd be great if we could get a 4K release of that over here as well. Definitely.
Have you seen their other film?
Is it really Good Time?
Good Time, yeah.
That's really good.
It is really good.
You could even say it's a good time.
It is a good time.
Sam and Jodie, what about you? What would you say?
Do you want to go first, Jodie?
To be honest, I'm probably kind of like Roy. Like, I don't see a whole lot of the big new movies coming out. Like, a lot of the ones that come to my cinema are like the very mainstream, like the Marvel and the Jurassic Park, all those kind of things. We don't really get any of the anything that I really want to see. Like, I'm actually still waiting for some of the like the Best Picture nominees and stuff to come out where I live.
Okay.
Like, I haven't seen like Anora, and I haven't seen like a few of the other ones because they just come into my cinema so late. So I think there's a couple of them that are coming out next week. So like I'm really far behind in terms of like the new releases. But I really do want to see that one. I want to see the one as well with the Jesse Eisenberg and
A Real Pen.
Yeah, I really want to see that.
I want to see that.
That's a good. I saw that last year at the London Film Festival. Really good. One of the best ones.
Oh yeah, it looks unreal.
I think
one of the films Roy and I agree on is The Substance. We both like that.
Oh, yeah, that's amazing. I loved that.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great film.
Yeah, really good, man. I was gonna ask Roy, or anyone else, because I'm like off Facebook, Instagram for like a month or so now. Roy, did they announce the release date for the 4K of that today? The Substance.
End of March, I believe.
Is it?
The
Oh,
31st.
Wow. I'll get in. I'll have to get
Yeah.
that pre-ordered soon.
And it's 4K as well, which is good.
Get in.
Yeah, I think I will
Excellent
get that
stuff.
as well. But it's really weird because apparently it's released 31st of March, but then you go and click on Amazon, it says delivery 7th of July.
That was weird, wasn't it? There was like a couple of other releases like that one day, Roy, where it was so weird. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, say, the 4K Steelbook for, like, Pale Rider, when that got announced, or Outlaw Josie Wells, it said, like, December 2025, like, when they first announced it. And then, like, literally, it was, like, then the next minute, they announced it for, I think it was, like, April 2025 and stuff. So,
my birthday 26th of March. I'll have to start dropping out some hints for that, won't I?
Yeah.
4K Substance.
James says, who was your inspiration to start your YouTube journey? For me, probably the big ones, Big Paulie, and then probably Alan at Kermit's Ghosts were the two big ones. Those were the first two. And then obviously yourself, James, as well. I've been watching you for quite a few years now.
Well, that's nice to know.
Yeah. I think the first three big YouTubers I started watching was Big Paulie, Alan, and you. And then obviously each of your channels you've recommended other people and grown from there.
Well, I've said it before. I've been ill, so I wasn't working, and I was at a loose end. And James and Larry badgered me until I started a YouTube channel, and the first one aired on James's channel, like he's already said today, and that's it. I've not looked back since. So I've got James and Larry to thank. But yeah, it's been a good time.
And the entertainment you've been providing since then has been excellent.
Thank you very much, James.
I'm not as good. I'm not as good at. I like when you do your weekly watches, okay, but I try to do that, and I'm not good at that type of thing because I'm not organised enough to talk about films that I've watched during the week. I tried to do it a couple of times, and it just turned out to be a disaster. So I just stick with what I'm doing. But we do know that every Sunday Roy will be on in the morning. Well, apart from this Sunday, most Sundays we should say. Roy is on showing his weekly watches, and you do get some good recommendations. The person that I started watching on YouTube was actually an American guy, and I think again I was off work. I wasn't feeling great. I was off work for 3 months, and this is when I'd started doing the walking and just going out and finding these charity shops and finding bits and going to see. Yeah, it was back in 2016. It was John Flickster.
Okay.
I watched him and Chris Stuckman. So, but I was like, I was like, I didn't even know there was any British YouTube channels at that time. And then one day when I was out, I went to the cash converters and I picked up 5 or 6 DVDs, and I sat on a bench and I recorded my first video. And I don't think anyone was watching back then. Also recorded one from my car, and then I got more and more comfortable doing it. Shall we say? But I never even knew there was British YouTubers, and when I started, I was like, I wish that was over here. I wish there was people doing that over here. And then I did start seeing Big Paulie and Alan Kermit's Ghost and things like that, and watching their videos. But by that time, I'd already started.
There was an English guy I used to watch, and he lives in Spain. I don't think he makes. Oh, it's going to annoy me now what his name was. Yeah, an English guy who lived in Spain, and he hasn't recorded for a couple of years. Oh God, that's going to annoy me now. No, it's gone out of my head. But he was one of the first ones I watched. He was good.
For me,
Movie Cave Dave was another one.
I'd say for me it was probably Neil's movie channel.
Oh, Neil's brilliant, isn't he?
Neil's great. Yeah.
Brilliant. I just came across his videos, just like they just came up on my feed, and I think I had been like thinking about maybe starting a channel, but I just was like too nervous, and I was like, no one's ever going to see them. And I just think like just his passion for films, like he just loves films so much, and like you can just tell how much he loves it, and it really comes through in his videos. And so I think for me it just kind of spurred me on to start my own channel. Yeah, and I just love his collection and everything as well. Like I just want to know every title that he has in his collection, because it's just so vast. He's just amazing.
And every time he does an update, he's showing films, and that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
And it's just film after film after film, isn't it?
Yeah.
And sometimes you get a pen and write them down.
Yeah.
How about you, Sam?
Yeah, I think for me, probably it was John Edmondo Chelovek. John was probably like my big inspiration for starting up my channel. You know, I came across John's channel probably about early 2022 time. I was watching other YouTubers as like James Movie Bug and Alan at Kermit's Ghost and a few of the other guys as well. Pete Playtendo guys, Scott as well, a few of the other guys. And yeah, I was interacting with a lot of them guys through like live streams and part of a few Facebook groups. And then when I first met like John, like in Newcastle, like it was fantastic meet up. And then there was other guys I met along the way, like Nige and the other guys as well. And they kind of encouraged me, saying, they said, Sam, you'd be great to start like a YouTube channel and stuff. And yeah, and then I think when I got like my own solo place, that kind of was a good like confidence booster and stuff. And yeah, I have to give massive props to Mike at DJZ, that because he was kind of the one that was helping me out at the time with my editing at the beginning, and then my thumbnails, and then it kind of snowballed and from there to boost my confidence with like my editing and thumbnails and that. So yeah, and yeah, it's been absolutely amazing. Like you know, since like Roy was saying, like since that first ever video, I've not looked back. It's just been absolutely brilliant, and I've met so many amazing people along the way. It's been absolutely fantastic indeed. You love it when I throw in that pun, don't you, Roy?
I like that one.
Yeah.
James says, wow, those pound shop Blu-rays, those were the days.
Yeah, they were, yeah.
One Below
We're a bit behind on the comments.
For £1. They kept them at £1 when Poundland moved to £2. What was that you said? Sorry, James?
I said we must be quite a bit behind on the comments.
Yes, there is quite a few. I think, yeah, quite a few. He's also said, are you fans of the HMV shop? I'm not, as it's mostly full of merch and not physical media. Do you guys want to go first?
Well, I was going to say they've had to do that to survive, though.
Yeah.
You know, it used to be a massive section of Blu-rays, music, and nothing else. But they've had to adapt in the world. So I'd rather they'd done that and survived than not be there at all. You know, I do walk in and there's all these toys and things like that. My sons go after them, and they're all really expensive and things like that. But people must buy them because those sections, and if that's what they have to do to keep the movie section and the vinyl section going and appeal to the younger audience, then I'm fine with it, because I think we're really lucky that we actually still have a dedicated shop that does that over here, because there's a lot of countries that don't.
Yeah, the one in Dublin, I think, it just definitely opened just as HMV shop with the vinyls. And now I think I've been told in the meantime they have since got like a small Blu-ray selection, but I think it's mostly the HMV shop now that's in Dublin, unfortunately. So there's not much in the way of movies, which is sad.
I think for me personally, because it's very rare, it's probably once every 6 months I get to the shop that, yeah, I'm a fan. I don't get to see all the Criterions and stuff like that in the flesh very often, and the 88 films and the premiums like you guys who've got shops in your town. So, yeah, I'm a fan. I like going there. and I just wish they'd open one in our town. They opened one. When did Scott Pilgrim come out? That's got to be a good few years ago, isn't it?
2010, wasn't it? The film.
Yeah, 2010. Yeah.
I walked into the precinct one day, shopping at HMV, and I just couldn't believe my eyes. And I walked in, and I remember buying Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And I went back after Christmas, it was gone. It was just a pop-up shop for Christmas, and I was absolutely gutted. I couldn't believe it. But yeah, we had one for about 6 weeks.
Yeah, I love HMV because I just love the fact, because now really, if you want to physically look at physical media, HMV is the only shop we've got now. But for new physical media, obviously you've got CX as well, but because you can't, like you say, you can't get them in the supermarkets anymore, and it's not like in America where they got so many. Like, I know they're also, I think from the videos, I don't really watch any American YouTubers anymore, but I know they've stopped. Like, I don't think they do them in Best Buy anymore, and I think they're getting rid of them in Target. But yeah, it's just nice to get out and physically see them. What do you think, Sam?
Sorry, Ollie.
I said, what did you think?
Yeah, the HMV shop. Yeah, I went to the one yesterday, in fact, in like Sunderland. And yeah, I could notice a bit of the difference to, you know, like the HMV store in Eldon Square in Newcastle. Like, well, basically similar, really. Like the front, they've got like a lot of merch and stuff. Like there's like a lot of is it pop-up vinyls, a lot of records as well, and a lot of, I don't know, like a lot of toys and that and stuff. And I noticed that was a lot at the front, and then mainly I think it not near towards the back, it was like the 4Ks and the Blu-rays. But yeah, I think I've still been fine with my trips personally, going to HMV and stuff. It's always nice to, you know, come across like bargains and that you don't see every day, and like it's great to again take advantage of like any sale that comes about and stuff. But it's yeah, I still really like it. Like I say, Ollie, in regards to say like pre-ordering, it would be possibly a lot of like say the limited editions that I know could have well, at least I've got a good idea that it could eventually go out of print someday. Or if it's like say, you know, like a standard Criterion or standard Blu-ray that's, I think, is going to be there to stay for goodness knows how long, I would venture out and go and try and buy that in HMV and stuff. So yeah, I'm still like going and stuff, but yeah, I've noticed there's been a difference in regards to like merchandise and stuff. That there's I'm all for them doing like all things music and records there and stuff, but there's been a lot of other like merchandise and stuff there. So yeah, it's been a bit of a variety for sure.
Adam says, good evening, ladies and gents.
Hello,
Hello,
Adam.
Adam. Sadly,
Hi, Adam.
can't watch the whole stream. Flipping back and forth between work. Hope you all have a great evening. We'll enjoy watching the stream back later. Cheers. Thanks, Adam.
Thank you.
James has asked, what film makes you cry? The only one that comes to mind for me is Marley and Me, just because of the dog, and because I've gone through that obviously a few times now, having dogs over the years. So I think after having a dog and having to go through that yourself, I think it just hits you on a different level. So it's quite a hard watch, and I know for a lot of people they can't watch it because of that. But yeah, that's definitely my number one.
Well, for me, it doesn't happen very often, but if you saw them at weekly watches this week, like two got me back to back. First one, 3 Came Home, which I think James is going to watch this now. About this American woman, she lived in Borneo with her husband in World War II, and the Japanese invaded, and they got sent off into different camps. The women and children in one, and the men in the other. They were mistreated. And then they eventually reunited. That was, you know, got me when it got reunited at the end. And then the other one was Richard Jewell that Ollie put me onto. And
fantastic film.
Yeah, and just like for, as I explained in the video, like for personal reasons, just got me at the end when I found out what had happened to him. I just thought, you poor sod. Yeah, that one got to me. I must admit. Like just talking to it when I made me talking about it when I made me videos getting to me as well. So I had to stop and compose myself for a couple of minutes and come back and finish the video. But yeah, it was good though. It was pretty cathartic.
Mm-hmm.
The honest answer for me is none.
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 Oh, you're so cold, James.
I've got enough drama in my life to cry about other than the movie. to be fair. So, but my wife is one for crying at movies quite a lot, and she watches movies all the time. What are you? I say, I don't say I say, what are you crying at this time? But I see if I like Armageddon, and see if I put that on. She goes, "You're not putting that again. You're going to make me cry again." She hates the Armageddon when they leave him on the planet and he blows up. Doesn't he? So I'm like, I just want to watch the Armageddon. I like a good disaster movie, but she goes, "You can't put that on because I'll just be crying." But I don't think there is any. But my son made me watch Young Sheldon. I don't know if you've seen that.
God,
it's a prequel to The Big Bang Theory, but that almost got me because I don't know what. Well, I don't know. A spoiler. I don't know what. One of the main characters.
Is it the last
died
series, James? You're talking about?
Yeah. And my son was crying at the funeral, and I'm like looking at him, thinking, I'm quite sad. I'm quite sad for you. and this, but yeah, I say. I don't get over emotional. There's ones that make me really happy. I prefer to watch a feel good movie than a sad one. I don't know if you've seen As Good as It Gets with Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
I really like that movie, and I think it's a good feel good one. So I watched that. There's a few others like She's Out of My League. I quite like that. The 40-Year-Old Virgin. I always like to watch movies that are more happy than sad. I also watched. Well, I watched this movie recently, but Larry just sent it to me. I don't know if you've seen it, Alive, where they all crash in the mountains.
Yeah.
And there's also bits in there where they're eating the pilot and stuff like that because the resort of cannibalism, and people think that's a sad one as well. Some people, but I prefer to watch feel good movies, but I don't get overly sad with movies.
I quite enjoy feeling miserable sometimes. I don't know why.
Yeah, right. A bit of an example with this was when you watched Picnic at
Panic in Needle Park.
Yeah, when you watched it close to Christmas, very festive film, that, isn't it, Roy?
That may be a right miserable git for hours.
I suppose you feel miserable when you watch Grease as well, Roy.
Oh God, yeah. But I never will again.
What about the Grease 2?
Yeah, Roy? You got to watch. It's got Michelle Pfeiffer in.
No chance.
I quite like Grease 2.
Grease 2 is it's not too bad.
Not at home.
The one that does get me in a bad mood, though, well, not a bad mood, like a pessimistic mood. It's a great end of the world film. It's The Road with Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen
that. Yeah.
I've seen that.
That's quite sad. But it's a depressing. It's really depressing. That film. It's a good film, but it's just so like they're starving and stuff like that. And you're just like, oh. It's like I thought it's a really good film and a really well shot one, but I just know it's no real. So.
What about you, Sam and Jodie? What would you say?
You go first, Jodie.
Oh, thank you. Probably for me, like it's probably easier just to name all the movies that don't make me cry. To be honest, I'm a big crier. I cry at happy movies and sad movies. So, just anything with like a really just very emotional plot or something that's just very, so anything that's very emotive, like I'll just cry anyway. So I know Stuart did his video the other day of all the heartbreaking movies.
Yeah.
So like, probably all of those would be on my list. And Pearl Harbor is one that I cried at, that I like. I know I never thought I'd cry at like a Michael Bay film. But it was, I just found that so sad. And Titanic is another one that I cry at all the time.
Oh yeah, I can agree with you on that one.
Yeah. And
he could fit on that door.
Hmm?
He could fit on that door with Rose. She didn't need to let him drown.
But they did like a scientific documentary thing, and apparently they found out that if he went on the door as well, the door would have sunk because of their weight.
I think it would topple, like it'd be too heavy for both.
Yeah, for it to stay flat. Yeah.
So unfortunately, he died. I just, anytime I even to see that image of him going down into the water, it just makes me well up. I'm getting upset thinking about it.
It's a great film, isn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant, and
it's a film that people tend to dislike these days. I don't get it.
I don't get
it's my
it
second favorite film of all time.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, it's incredible.
I
know the
I bought it
CGI
on VHS.
is a bit dodgy, like in some places, and I think people have like noticed certain parts where the CGI doesn't look great. Like say when it's on like a good transfer. But I just think it's like a great love story, and like the music and everything is just so great, and it is such a compelling film. So I love it. I'll just watch it. I'll just keep watching it over and over again.
On 4K, the CGI doesn't look great.
It doesn't. No, we discussed that, didn't we, James?
Yeah, but we all know it's not real, and it's about the story. There's films where CGI and things like that didn't look great, but you've got to remember when it was made. It was 1998, and that video was on VHS. I was working at Safeway at the time, and I think I spent like half my wages buying the VHS of Titanic. So I hadn't seen it, and I was like, I watch it, and you're like, it's a great film. You've got to remember when that was filmed, the TVs and things like that looked, you would never see that detail that was in the 4K. So you just got to, overlook it. But some of the shots were excellent. There was a bit of dodgy CGI, but you've got to remember it's a piece of its time, shall we say. Was that one more movie? It wasn't. There was a single VHS over here.
I had a double set.
Yeah, it was a single one. Well, for me, it was a single. It was a single one. But I was going to say as well, one movie that does get to me. I didn't cry at it, but I think it's a great movie, and I'll rewatch it quite a lot. Is Lorenzo's Oil? I don't know if you've seen that.
No, I haven't
seen that one.
Yeah, it's about a guy who's got this degenerative disease that makes the myelin on his brain deteriorate over time, and the parents of the boy are just so insistent on trying to find a cure for him. And the dad actually, while he's working, he goes to the library at night and he actually does find a cure, but it's too late for his own son.
Oh.
And his son survives, but he's paralyzed and he can't speak. He can only use his eyes and things like that. But he does actually find a cure for this disease for everybody else.
Yeah.
And then after that he starts trying to research restoring the myelin around the brain for his son. And I think he made some progress in that as well. So I think it's a true story. It's Nick Nolte that plays the dad, and
Susan Sarandon, I think, is it?
That's right. That's the mum. Yeah, and that one I do like to watch as well, and that gets to me. The other one that really gets to me, it sounds like a really strange one, is The Fly 2. I don't know if you've seen that.
A long time ago.
With Eric Stoltz.
Yeah.
And they're doing an experiment on a dog in the teleporter, and it turns the dog inside out, but he's still alive.
Oh.
And he has to. And Eric Stoltz, the scientists are keeping him alive because he's came through and he's alive, but the dog's inside out. And Eric Stoltz goes up to him and kills the dog to put him out of his misery. That did get to me a bit as well, that one.
Has anyone seen Hatchie, A Dog's Tale?
Oh, so sad.
That's
I've
horrendous.
heard it's bad.
Yeah, like anything with dogs, and just because of the way, because it's a true story as well, and because of it just shows how loyal dogs are. It's just crazy.
I don't know why what that just reminded me of, but it just reminded me of Short Circuit 2. I don't know if you've seen Short Circuit 2.
No,
I've seen it in a long time.
But basically, he gets ambushed and they start beating him up and killing him, and he has to get some radio controlled planes to save him. That always gets to me as well. That does, even though it's a robot.
So what about on Peep Show when Mummy gets eaten?
What was that, Roy?
What about on Peep Show when Mummy gets eaten?
Oh yes, I've just remembered, Roy. Yeah,
you've seen that Peep Show? That they run over a girlfriend's dog and end up having to eat it, to just try and hide the fact that they've killed the dog and they're pretending it's turkey.
Is that when they're on the boat? Isn't it, Roy?
Barge. Yeah. They're on the barge, and Jeff. What's the guy's name in Peep Show? I can't remember what he's called in it. Jeremy runs him over with a Land Rover. I remember. Yep.
Go on, Mark. Have some lovely turkey.
That is funny.
Oh man.
James says, "Have you all seen my all-time favorite film? Only once, and it was only for the first time last year." I'm assuming he's referring to the Never-Ending Story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one?
What film?
The Never-Ending Story. I think.
Oh yeah.
I've seen it
a long time ago. And if it's got 4 sequels, it is a never-ending story.
I'm pretty sure it's 4. But you can't get that. I've never seen the other 3 for sale on Blu-ray.
James said, "Did you all try to order on that arrow glitch the other week?" Yeah, I spent.
Yeah.
Probably, if it was like normal money, I probably spent almost £300. But obviously, it was not. It was £9 each, so I think I spent about £60. But yeah, I gutted because the stuff I ordered, I probably would have kept as well for a bit and then sold on to like watch. But yeah,
I really wanted that Critter set.
Yeah, that was gone by the time I got to it, so I ended up trying to order the Chucky set.
Yeah. Chucky's not my thing. I think I've traded it in like 3 times.
I've not seen any. I saw the remake, which I didn't like, so I think I need to try and watch the original films.
The remake wasn't actually too bad compared to the originals. I
might not like them then.
The remake wasn't actually too bad. That's what's it. I watched all the way to the one with Jennifer Tilly with the bride, and then I stopped, and then I just traded it
in. James says, BFI is a decent label. Always love the special features, as most contain archive stuff. Yeah, the one BFI title that I want, but it's out of print now, and it's one that Stuart's been on to me to get, is Yentl. Because obviously it's Barbra Streisand, and we're both big Barbra Streisand fans. But yeah, that's like quite out. I think that goes for like 30-40 quid now. But yeah, I don't think I've got any BFIs in my collection. I don't think anyway.
Yeah, I think they're absolutely fantastic, Ollie. I think BFI have become one of my favourite boutique labels recently. I'm especially loving those 4K limited editions they're doing. I got the one from, what's the film, Kronos? I think that came like, was it Saturday? Was it? Yeah. Did my unboxing of it, but yeah, I'm going to probably watch that one tomorrow night. I tell you what though, Ollie, I would love to see them, or possibly Criterion, reissue the film The Innocents, because that is long out of print now.
Yeah. I think Roy's looking for something.
Hang loose. Yeah, I'll pick them up. If I see them sort of like cheap in CX, I'll pick them up just because they are BFI and I'm going to enjoy them. And it's great films I've discovered, like the Black Panther I watched earlier in the year.
That's good.
Serial killer, true
that's
story.
a pretty good one.
That was a great film, and this one as well, The Crying Game. I'd not seen that before.
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen the film, but I've not. I need to get that because that's a great film.
Did you see the twist? Did you see the twist coming?
Yeah, because I kind of accidentally read up about it, but it still kind of shocks you, doesn't it?
I had no idea.
Well, you don't, because. Well, I can't really say anything in case any of you've not seen it, but it's like
I've not seen it.
You just don't, because it just
it's a shocking twist.
Yeah.
And when it happened, my jaw hit the floor.
I'm sure it did.
I just couldn't believe what I was looking at. I want to tell you, but no, I can't.
It's a great film, though. Just the whole story.
It's Neil Jordan as well, isn't it?
Neil Jordan, yeah.
Yeah,
and a very small performance from Forrest Whitaker right at the start. Doing he did a dodgy British accent.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't last long. That shocked me as well, because I thought he was going to be like one of the main characters.
Yeah. That was quite sudden, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I highly recommend that, and just so you can watch the twist.
Yeah, because it's quite early on, the twist, but yeah.
No, it's quite a way in.
Is it?
I'd say it's about halfway through.
Yeah, is it it's about 2 hours? Yeah, about an hour. Yeah, I suppose it's about the hour mark, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, Stephen Ray is great in that. Yeah.
Oh, he is. Yeah.
Yeah, and Miranda Richardson, she's good in that.
Yeah. And the actress.
Yeah, I don't know what they were in Stargate as well, I think, but I don't know of anything else that they've been in.
Oh, thank you very much, sweetheart.
Okay, there. Oh, there.
Cup of tea.
Cup of tea time. We ain't got any hobnobs.
No hobnobs.
No.
You'd have to have a word with Nathan.
I want a tea delivery.
I can't obtain his thing. I can't disturb him.
I still got mine. It's still warm.
Adam says, I've seen your favourite film, Jim, countless times and have the same incredible collector's edition from Imprint. All one for you, Roy. Have you seen Brannigan with John Wayne? That's the one in England, when he comes to England, isn't it? I think. I've not seen it, but I want to watch it.
Yeah, it's really, really good. I'd only seen it recently, actually. Yeah, he comes to England to escort this criminal back to America, and our police managed to lose him, so he has to go and track him down again. Yeah, really good stuff. Richard Attenborough, Judy Geeson. I like Judy Geeson. Mel
Yeah,
Ferrer.
she was in that Berserk, wasn't she, that I saw a few weeks ago with Joan Crawford. Yeah, that's good.
It?
Yeah.
Yeah, really good stuff. I'm trying to remember if there's a cameo. Oh, it's gone out of my head now. But a guy's playing a bookie and trying to give Wayne some lip. If Jim's still watching it, it's gone out of my head who it is. It's Brian Glover. He's playing this bookie, and John Wayne goes in to get some information, and Brian Glover's not having any of it, so John Wayne just ends up sorting him out. Yeah, really good scene. Yeah, good film.
He then goes on to say, yep, seems Australian collector's edition are better than UK for packaging. That never-ending story set is gorgeous. Yeah, Imprint are pretty good. I got The Gift on Imprint, but they've got quite a lot of titles that you can't get anywhere else, I think.
They got the
too expensive though.
Yeah, that is the issue. Yeah, I think I managed to get it on Vinted quite cheap, but yeah, you're looking at 30 quid, I think, for some of them.
Yeah, because they have got, what is it, Ollie? The Straight Story, which hasn't got like the UK Blu-ray release. That one.
I think that's got. I think there's a German release for that. James will probably know.
Yeah.
Which one did you say?
The Straight Story.
I haven't looked that up, to be honest with you, but I will do now.
I think I've seen a German release for it.
I think there is, because I looked on eBay, Ollie. I'm sure, like you were saying, a German import and there's Imprint, but we haven't got like a UK Blu-ray release of it over here. I think it was just a DVD. I think.
Yeah. Oh, here's one for you, Roy, from Larry. If Roy wears a Chelsea shirt on stream, I will buy him a 4K. I don't think you're going to do that, are you, Roy?
Sorry, Larry, that's not happening.
Why, Roy? Will it be an Arsenal shirt instead?
No, well, that won't be happening either. Or a West Ham, or a Liverpool.
What about
or
Everton?
Everton. I'll do an Everton.
Okay, that's cool.
I don't mind Everton.
Imprint and Umbrella are smashing it at the moment. Several amazing releases last year, and that collector's edition of Neverending Story is truly incredible. Yeah, it's just a shame that they're so expensive. That's all. If it was cheaper to get them over here, I'd probably have quite a few. Oh, some for Sam now.
I'm doing all right, mate. Hope you're doing well too, Adam.
Ash is here. Hi, all. Just knocking off work. We'll catch the reply tomorrow. Have a great stream. Thanks, Ash.
Thank you, buddy.
Hi, Ash.
Hi, Ash.
What? James saying hello.
Hello, James.
Oh, we are way behind, aren't we?
We've got 4. Wow, we've actually caught up quite quickly. We must have not had any comments for the last half an hour because we've only got 4 now. Have a good evening. Oh, there we go. He's just saying that's a good one. I think we did go through this when it asked last week favorite biopic film, because it's quite. We were saying how broad it is, isn't it? As a genre.
Yeah, right, we were, weren't we?
I think we did, Ollie. It'd still be interesting to hear what Geordie and James's favourite biopic films are as well. But it's very broad, like you were saying as well, Bud. Like I only, straight off the bat, only thought of music biopics, but I have to think of like other, like, you know, like subjects that other biopics are based on and stuff. So definitely,
I quite like The Social Network. I quite like that
really
film.
good.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's sort of a biopic. It is a biopic, isn't it? I like The Social Network. And there's another one which is Julian Assange, The Fifth Estate.
Oh yeah, I've got that in my watch pile. I've heard good things.
With Benedict Cumberbatch. That's quite a good watch as well. And the other one, is it a biopic or is it a war film? It's Benedict Cumberbatch, and it's The Imitation Game.
Yeah, Alan Turing.
He plays Alan Turing, who invents the computer, essentially the computer that breaks the Enigma code. I think that's a great one that I rewatch quite a lot as well. The other one you could say would be The Founder. I quite like that. That's sort of a biopic, isn't it? Of the guy who, I think he invented McDonald's, stole McDonald's, didn't he? Sort of.
Yeah. Pattern that you picked up.
Yeah. Oh yes, that's a good one. That's a good one as well. So they're all more stories than actual biopics of the actual person, but they all tell their story, so to speak. But they're all very, very watchable ones that I like.
Yeah, Patton is probably one that I would probably say would be up there for me as well. I just loved that. But I don't. Yeah, it's kind of like a different kind of viewpoint on his, you know, his sort of career, and so it's hard to know whether you could call it a biopic.
Yeah,
I guess it could kind of be interpreted in maybe different ways, but it is fantastic. For me, like when sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say one more, and I don't know if it's a biopic or if it's a comedy, but it's Eddie the Eagle. I don't know if you've seen that.
Oh, that's one of my favourite films. Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Jordan is here. Hello, Jordan.
Oh, Jordan.
Hey, Jordan.
Hey, everyone. Hope you're all well. Watch Breakdown on Saturday. Any of you guys seen it? Great 90s thriller. I have not seen it yet, but it's one that's on my lists to check out.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Yeah,
I've seen it. It's great.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Excellent. Yeah, I haven't seen it either, Ollie, but I really want to see it. Like, I've seen Jordan and yourself, Jodie, speak really highly of it, so definitely one I'm going to check out soon. It's currently in the, what is it, Ollie, 2 for £30 deal in HMV right now.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to bite the bullet and get that.
Yeah, I was looking at HMV today. They had that and, what is it, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. There was Team America. There's some really crackers in the in what is it, the 2 for £30 deal at the minute.
Yeah
good stuff.
I've got the breakdown on Blu-ray, but I've not got the 4K. But I've seen it several times. It's a great thriller.
Mm-hmm.
I've only got DVD, I think. So yeah, I might.
Because there's not a UK release of breakdown, yeah. Roy. There's not a UK one, I don't think.
There's a DVD
Blu-ray anyway.
Oh
yeah, there's no Blu-ray though, but there is now a 4K.
Oh, I might when I get to Lancaster, I might have dabble in the 2 for $30 and pick it up then. And I do fancy getting the Team America one, so I might.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, it's a funny film, isn't it?
I love that film, Roy. That would be like a fun watch along at some point as well.
It would, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And what else, Roy? Are you thinking of getting Point Break and the 2 for $30 deal?
No, I've got that on Blu-ray. I think
I'm happy with the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I want the 4K. That I definitely want that. I think it's a good film.
Oh, it's awesome.
It's not one I go back to very often. I do like the film. In fact, I don't think, since I bought the Blu-ray, I don't think I've watched it. I think last time I watched it on DVD, so I can't really justify buying a 4K and not watching the Blu-ray.
Yeah, it was.
I'll CX it normally.
Yeah, I was going to say, Roy, it was Carlos who kindly sent me the Blu-ray of that last month. I need to check that on Blu-ray. Yeah,
I can't. He sent me that package out there, and I just can't remember for the life of me what's in it. I know there's a Ray Liotta one that James likes, and I think
No
James
Escape.
Sorry, say again.
No Escape.
Not Escape. I think you have got a foreign Blu-ray.
Unlawful Entry.
Unlawful Entry. Yeah, I know. I think Carlos has bought the English version of that, and he's sent me his foreign release, but I can't remember what the other ones are. So I'm looking forward to getting into that.
Unlawful Entry just came out on Blu-ray, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, in the UK, but it wasn't out on UK Blu-ray for ages. That's like a housebreaking thriller. It's a bit like Dead Cam, but not on the water.
It's a film I haven't seen, so I'm looking forward to that
film.
one.
Yeah. You watched that one recently, didn't you, Jodie?
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. It was like so entertaining. Yeah, Kurt Russell is just fantastic. Like I've kind of been catching up on some of his movies, and like he's been in such like some really underrated movies.
Yeah.
And ones that aren't really talked about, like kind of in the mainstream, but like they're like, oh, he's just fantastic. He's just such a great kind of action actor. Like he's just brilliant.
Yeah.
Go on, James. Sorry, I was just going to say the first time we got a DVD player in my house, it was actually on my home computer, and you could hire DVDs at Blockbuster. And one of the very first DVDs I hired was Soldier with Kurt Russell. I don't know if you've seen that.
I've heard of it.
There's not a UK Blu-ray, and I think that's an underrated one. I really like. I really like that. But I've got the German Blu-ray release of that now. But that was one of the very first films I watched on DVD. Was Soldier with Kurt Russell. I don't know if you've seen that, Jodie.
I actually have I got the DVD like in like a kind of job lot that I picked up. So it's on my it's near the top of my watch pile. I want to watch it really soon. Because
it's in a clipper case by any chance?
Pardon?
One of those clipper cases with the black labels and the cardboards, because it was one of the very first DVDs that came out.
I think it's just like a standard DVD release. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they did do those like snap cases as well, didn't they? I think they did like that with what was it? Goodfellas, I think, as well on like DVD.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I was going to say as well, Ollie, the other Kurt Russell film I'd love to check out, because I absolutely love Escape from New York, but I've not seen Escape from LA, which is getting a bit of a cult following.
Yeah, same. I want to check that one out.
What was that? Sorry, Roy?
I've only seen New York. I've not seen LA.
Maybe we should do a watch along. Three of us.
Could be cool.
Unfortunately, it's nowhere near as good.
No, that's what I've heard.
In my opinion, anyway.
The first one's classic.
Yeah, it's nowhere near as good. But I got Escape from New York on 4K lately, and they had Escape from LA and CX at the same time, and I left it, and I should have just got it. I was thinking I'll get the Escape from New York first. I'll get that a couple of weeks later. But it was gone. And I was like, if I'm going to get one, it's going to be the first one.
Yeah. It's a great film. I tell you what, Ollie, a lot of those John Carpenter films on 4K, like night and day.
I bought all of them when they were released. The Studio Canal ones. What was it? Escape from New York, The Fog, Prince of Darkness, The Thing, They Live. I bought them all and watched them all a few Halloweens ago. And the only one that I wasn't too keen on was Prince of Darkness, but all of the others are like top tier films for me. I loved all of the others.
Yeah, and I've said it a few times as well, man. But yeah, The Thing and The Fog have both got to be my top 40 films of all time.
Yeah,
just definitely amazing stuff. Yeah, but yeah, I wonder, Ollie, if they're gonna do even Arrow might do this. They might, because it's the film's 40th anniversary, like next year. They might do a Arrow 4K reissue of Big Trouble in Little China. That'd be great.
Yeah, I've got the standard Arrow of that. It's a decent one, that is. It's not, again, I think it's probably middling for John Carpenter, but it's still a lot of fun.
I love that film, man. Yeah, it's really out there in some aspects, but yeah, it's no, I think I'm probably similar to you on that one, mate. It's probably maybe top 10 John Carpenter films, but there's other films that I'd probably put before it, definitely.
I'm with Stuart on that one.
Oh, you loved it, didn't you, Roy?
No, that's really terrible.
Nathan's here. Big up Sammy G SpongeBob shirt. Love it, mate.
Oh, cheers, Nathan. Hello, mate.
So we finally caught up with the comments. So there's a few things that I've noted down to talk about. So first off, what has everybody watched recently over the last few days? Who wants to go first? James?
I've been watching. I said I was going to do 7 Days of Clint, but I haven't done 7 Days of Clint yet. As I said, I've watched Gran Torino, Firefox, Escape from Alcatraz, and The Mule. That's the first 4 I've done. But last night, for some reason, as I said, I started rewatching the Planet of the Apes series from the start. So I've been watching
nice.
that. So from the very first one. So I watched the first one, and and you can just imagine being in the cinema in 1968 and watching that. I'm presuming everybody's seen it.
I think it's absolutely amazing, man. Love that film.
But when he sees the Statue of Liberty, you can just imagine what a spoiler, what that would have been in the cinema back then, and you're just like, that would have been so amazing. I just started watching the second one after that, so I'm going through them all. And the retelling, I even enjoyed the Mark Wahlberg one of those, so I'm going to watch them. I'm going to watch them all. So I'll have to interrupt each one with a Clint to do that one. I also watched that Flight Plan with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, Flight Risk, I might watch that this week. Yeah,
I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't like it.
It's had quite bad reviews.
I've not heard the best things about that.
For a cinema release, I would have expected it to be much better. And Mark Wahlberg's playing a bad guy, and he's got no hair, so he's got a bald cap on. But he's not just got a bald cap; he's got sideburns. You know, like when somebody's went bald and they've still got the side bits. So he's got like a bald cap and the side bits, and it's just so obvious that that's what he's got on, and he just does not play a good bad guy. And I really, really wanted to like that film, and I thought it was going to be a really, really good one because it's got a cinema release that was all hyped up, and I was like, this is going to be good. And it just wasn't.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I've seen loads the last few days. I watched The Critic this afternoon, which is a new British film with Ian McKellen in. That was pretty good. Good British thriller. And then I saw the new Captain America at the cinema earlier today, which was just okay. It's not like anything to shout home about. I probably won't go back to it again, but it was all right. And then last night I watched a good one. Really, it was actually really good, called Calvary, which is an Irish film with
Brilliant.
Brendan Gleeson in.
That's brilliant.
Oh,
Really
nice.
good. Really
Cool.
like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
really good black comedy.
Yeah.
And then what else? Oh, I did watch Companion, Sam, and I really liked that. Thought that was
I
really
thought it
good.
was very good, mate. Really enjoyed it. Glad you enjoyed that, Ollie.
Yeah, but I noticed that A Complete Unknown's out tomorrow to rent, so I might
Yeah,
give that a watch because I know you said that was really good.
that was very good, mate. Yeah, I think I still need to watch the one you've given high praise to, Ollie, like many other people have, A Better Man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's been that and A Complete Unknown that has really surprised a lot of people. But me being a big Bob Dylan fan as well, yeah, Complete Unknown was probably, I would say so far this year, probably the biggest surprise at the cinema, definitely. Really good.
What about the other guys? What else have you seen?
Well, I've watched 3 films over the last 2 days. I've watched first 2 Police Academies.
Oh, nice.
Always good. I've only ever seen the first 3, I think. So, and I hear they get worse and worse.
I've only seen the first one. I've got the set, but I've been a bit fearful to watch any past the first one because I've just heard, like you say, they just decrease in quality quite rapidly.
I've seen 2 and 3 before, and they're not too bad. But I've heard
too bad.
After that they get terrible.
Yeah,
and also,
I'll give them a go at some point.
Last night, the wife and we watched Innkeepers. I think Ash gave me the tip off that it was cheap a couple of weeks ago on Blu-ray, so I picked it up, and I loved it. I thought it was really good. It's like real slow burn stuff, and it's more about they're like platonic friends, a lot their interactions, and them going around this hotel trying to find the ghost, and then I put it on Letterboxd and had a look who else liked it, and I think Jodie gave it 2 stars. So I think you hated that one, didn't you, Jodie?
Yeah, for some reason I just couldn't. It was just one that I couldn't kind of get into or something, or just like maybe it wasn't like the right time for me to watch it, and I just couldn't kind of get into the atmosphere because I feel like a lot of other people just absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's very slow. You've got to be in the mood for a slow burn, but I quite enjoy slow burn films. So
yeah, maybe it deserves a rewatch, I think, because everyone's saying great things about it. So
I think the Blu-ray was about
I'm
£3.
The place, sorry.
Where are you now, James?
I'm in the car, sorry. I was just my phone's running out of battery. I was just checking what battery it was, and I managed to knock off the light, so I disappeared. Sorry.
What about yourself, Sam and Jodie? What have you watched?
You go first, Jodie.
Oh no, you go ahead, Sam. You're all good. You work.
Oh, thank you. I literally went to Tyneside Cinema today. I went to go and see that new film, that new anime film, The Colours Within. That was really good, actually, about the group that, this group that form and, these friends and stuff. I think they go to church and stuff. It's really good, that. I watched that brand new film called Memoir of a Snail. That was fantastic. I loved that. Same director of Mary and Max, which that's potentially, talking of depressing films, Roy, that's potentially one of the most depressing films I've seen. But the same director, Adam Elliott, directed Memoir of a Snail. I thought it was fantastic, mate. I hope that gets
What's all that about?
Sorry, Roy?
What's all that about? Memoir of a Snail?
Yeah, it's right. I will say, Roy, I don't think you're gonna like this one. Not because it's animated. I think mainly because due to the fact it is a bit of a sentimental sort of film, like looking back on life sort of thing. So I don't know if that one will be a cup of tea, but it's really good. Like this girl that's got like a fixation with like snails and stuff, and she's looking back of like her childhood and that. It's really fantastic film, that, and the clay animation style's just gorgeous. I loved it. Really good. And I went to go and see The Monkey at the weekend, and yeah, good film, but without spoiling it, the ending was a little bit of a letdown, but it was a good film. Some gory kills as I expected, and yeah, it was just, I don't know, I felt there was a couple of things that maybe they could have enhanced a little bit more. There was a couple boring moments in my opinion, but it was good. I think I personally did prefer Longlegs, which I know was the most divisive film of last year, but I thought it was really good. But so far, Ollie, I would say though, Osgood Perkins, I really have loved what I've seen from that director so far. But The Monkey's still well worth a watch. It's very good film. And I watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 on 4K. That's great. I've got a soft spot for that film. You know, Dennis Hopper with a chainsaw. You can't go wrong, man.
I want to see it. I've got to get a copy.
Yeah. As I say, Roy, I would say to you, man, my piece of advice to you, that one is try not compare it too heavily to the original. Like, I went into the mindset as well, man, like to treat it as like it's standalone sort of sequel sort of thing, and I think you could have you might have a very fun time with that one. It's a complete departure from the original, but yeah, it's got so much charm to it. Yeah, I love Texas Chainsaw 2, and yeah, I think that's probably it for me, Ollie, from the last few days.
Nice. What about you, Judy?
Yeah, I actually watched some good ones this week. So I watched it was actually Tim had talked about Unbreakable. And I hadn't actually seen it before, and I do like some of the earlier M. Night Shyamalan films. Like I love Signs and The Sixth Sense, but I hadn't seen Unbreakable.
Excellent one.
Yeah, it was really, really good. I was so just so kind of shocked by it. I just thought it was really, really stunning. And then I watched one that Ash was talking about, Hearts in Atlantis. Has anyone else seen that one?
I want to see that.
That's Anthony Hopkins, isn't it? That's one
Yeah.
I want to watch. Yeah, I got it on my list.
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic as well. So that was really great. And then I watched because I'm not usually like into superhero movies at all, really. Like there's very few that I have liked, but I watched the Superman, like the original Richard Donner one.
Oh, nice.
And oh god, I absolutely loved it. It was so good. I just think I was kind of avoiding it because I thought it was just like another kind of superhero movie, but it was just the 70s vibe of it was just so cool, and like the actors and everything in it. Gene Hackman was just brilliant.
Is that not the original superhero movie?
Yeah, it is.
Was there any before that?
I don't think so. So
I don't think so either.
I just feel like I've seen so many like kind of connotations of Superman like throughout over the years, and I hadn't seen that one before. So I kind of thought I've kind of seen it before, but I absolutely loved it. So it's probably like up there now for me of all like the superhero films I've seen. So I loved it. So I'm gonna watch the second one probably this week.
I've got a divisive opinion, and that's everybody hates Superman 3, but I really like Superman 3 because it's got Richard Pryor in it, and I really like him.
Oh, I'll have to watch it. I got the box set in it. It's actually the first, like it's like I think it's the original four movies. So I'm gonna work my way through all of them, but I was just really surprised at how much I liked the first one.
Yeah,
the fourth one is truly awful. So the fourth one is truly awful. Okay. Yeah, it got his budget massively cut because the studio was filming Masters of the Universe at the same time, and they took half the budget from Superman 4 and gave it to Masters of the Universe on top of their original budget. So in Superman 4, the graphics of him flying around are graphics from all the other Superman movies put together.
Oh no.
So that's what I would avoid. So obviously you can see him, watch and see how bad it is.
Yeah.
Larry has said, who did not do their homework? Well, I can confirm I did do my homework, and it definitely felt like homework. It was a chore to get through. Probably one of the most unpopular opinions ever. I did not like the Godfather or the Godfather Part 2.
Oh,
well,
no.
I wouldn't say I hated them, but they just felt so long and so boring. And I'm the only one that thinks that in the world.
I've never watched it.
Okay,
I've
so
got
I
it,
can't
and
say
I've never watched it.
It never appealed to me before, but I thought, because everyone's saying they're like the best films ever made, I thought, I'll give it a go, I just didn't click with me, either of them. They just both the same. But I bet now I watched the third one, and I think it's like the best thing since sliced bread, and everyone hates that one.
The thing with that is, there's a lot of movies that people say are excellent masterpieces, and I've watched them and went, I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Taxi Driver's one for me. I watched it. I thought it was an okay film, but I just went, okay, he's driving him in a taxi. He's got a girlfriend. So what?
Yeah, I think for me, the biggest film that people say is supposed to be the best film of all time, and I watched it, and it's a decent film, but by no means the best film of all time, is Citizen Kane. Everybody talks that up and says, oh, it's the best film ever made. And it's a great film, but the best film ever made, I don't think so. Not for me, anyway.
It's a wonderful, wonderful film.
It's a good film.
I own it, but I've not seen it.
Yeah. No. You got the 4K, haven't you, James?
Yeah, I got the 4K because it was in the CEX for like £8, but I've actually not put it on yet, because people do say you should watch the classics, and everybody says these are the great films, but I've just never felt the urge to actually put it on and put it in my player and go, I really want to watch that today.
Oh, where's our host gone?
Oh, he's run away.
Oh, what are we going to do now?
But you did. But I already know, Roy. You didn't do your homework and watch it either, did you?
I didn't, and I had my homework was, I've seen Godfather 1, but not seen 2. So I said I'd watch Godfather 1 this week and Godfather 2 next week. But I've had such a busy week this week that I just didn't have time to see our film. I was going to watch it last night because the wife was supposed to go out with a friend for a couple of drinks. But it was raining that much, so she decided to stay in, and then she would not watch The Godfather, no chance. So we ended up watching Innkeepers. So I won't be on the stream next week because we're at the coast, but I'll get 1 and 2 watched for next time I'm on. Scout's honour.
I don't believe you.
You can tell when I'm lying, my lips are moving.
I dropped out for a second there. Sam, did you say that you did yours, or I can't even remember what yours was?
I was going to say, like Ollie, when I was saying I've got the good news and I've got the bad news. I watched this film and not watched that film. Just bad news. I haven't watched both, mate. I'm going to have to get onto both of them films at some point. It was, what was
Aliens.
What was that, Roy?
Aliens, wasn't it?
Yeah, still not seen it. And Sleepers as well.
Oh, yeah.
Just remember when you were watching Aliens to watch the special edition, because I think it's much better.
Which one's that, James? The special edition one?
Well, it's extended, and there's scenes in it that I think make the movie much better. So cool. They released it in '86, but in 1990, James Cameron released the special edition where they put these additional scenes in it. And I think I always watch the special edition because I think it's adds much more to the story. It just makes it much better for me. So if you how are you going to be watching it?
Right, James. So I'm really glad you mentioned that, by the way, because I actually don't own a copy of Aliens, which is sacrilege because I definitely need to get it in my collection. I noticed it's on Disney Plus. Is that version on Disney Plus?
I am going to be honest with you. I don't think it is. I don't think you get the option to watch the special edition on there because I've actually got Blu-ray, an old Blu-ray, just lying about because Aliens is one of my favourite films, and
Nice.
I go onto Disney Plus all the time, and I'm like, why is the special edition not here? So I just pop in the Blu-ray, but now I've got the 4K, and the special edition bit is on the 4K. But
excellent.
It's even on the DVD. If you can get a hold of the DVD, I just think it makes for me, even when it was on TV and it cuts out those bits, I'm like, why have you done that? I like those bits. So they're some of the best bits on there. But I know it's hard when you've not got the copy to do that. To do that though.
I must admit, mate, I am so glad you mentioned this, because as much as I always try and go for physical media over streaming, I was actually planning on watching it like on Disney Plus, like before tonight's stream. But now you've mentioned it, James, I've been toying with getting the what is it, the 4K for a canny while now, but even like you were saying, even if it's on the DVD, it'd be really good to try and get that version. I think the 4K is meant to be stunning, isn't it, for that film, like a lot of the other films, James Cameron films, A
lot of people were criticising the transfer of it, and I put it on, and I thought, I can't see what you're talking about here. I thought it was excellent.
Yeah, it got a bit of a divisive reception, didn't it, James? But I think most people have been really damn impressed with the 4K transfer for the Terminator, the first film.
I like that too.
Yeah.
Especially Jordan, the movie where if he's still here, he loves that tech noir scene when he's walking into tech noir, and the colours on that, and that was always a good scene, but that just makes it even better.
Yeah, it's and by the way, Roy, I just got a message from my friend Simon, and he said Cineworld are showing I think it might even be for £5, £7 screening of a T2 on the 18th of March. I am 110% gonna have to try and go to that, because couple reasons. I've never seen it on the big screen. Have seen the movie, but not on the big screen, and I haven't seen it for about 15 years, so I'm well overdue a rewatch of that.
18th of March. What day is that on?
A Cineworld. Is that? I think it might be the Tuesday. Is it, Roy? I think.
Let me have a look at the calendar, because Nathan and he watched Terminator for the first time before Christmas. So we're planning on watching Terminator 2, so that would be perfect. Calendar.
I'm sorry to interrupt, guys, but I'm going to have to bow out because my phone is about to die. So I'll catch you next time, but thanks very much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for joining, James.
Rich, chat to you, buddy.
Bye, James.
See you later. Bye.
Take care, buddy.
Bye.
See you, James.
Bye.
And then there were 4.
Yeah.
We could talk about James now.
I know, because he's not here. He's gone.
We could talk about Adam Sandler films.
I actually quite like Adam Sandler. I've said this before. James will probably be proud, but I quite like Adam Sandler. I think a lot of his films, there are definitely some that are questionable. Jack and Jill come into mind straight away.
Oh my god! Yeah.
I don't think I could dare watching that one again. But and the ones where he puts on stupid accents. What was that, Roy?
The one where they go to the water park. That was bloody awful.
Grown Boy.
No, they
go grown-ups.
Grown-ups, that's it.
Oh, I really didn't like that, Roy. I'm with you on that one, actually.
I loved it. And the second one I thought was even funnier because it's so stupid.
Oh, fair play, man. Yeah.
It's just so stupid. I know they're not good films, but it's just so stupid. It's the films where he puts on really stupid voices. Like he did that Hubie Halloween, and you couldn't understand what he was saying because he's just got a stupid voice on. Those are the films that I don't like with him, but I like the classics like The Wedding Singer, Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, Big Daddy, Anger Management's a great one as well.
Yeah. Go on, Rolly, sorry.
That's a Click as well. Click's a great one.
Yeah, I don't mind that one actually, to be fair. What was I going to say? Yeah, I probably, a bit like Jim Carrey, Ollie. Like, I do like, you know, some of the 90s comedies that Jim Carrey, Adam Sandler did. But I'm probably lean more towards what they've done in the genre of drama, like with Adam
Jim
Sandler.
Carrey,
It's
definitely, yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, mate, massively.
Truman
Like,
Show, The Majestic.
Yeah.
I need to check that out, mate, because I know you've given The Majestic, that film, high praise. I definitely want to check that out. And I think...
Majestic.
Say again, Roy?
It's majestic.
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Roy?
I have, yeah. Long time ago.
Yeah.
Definitely one I need to watch again. Is it one set in a cinema, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in this small town, and it's about he's a screenwriter, and he gets hit on the head, and he gets washed up in this small, and they all think he's the son of the theatre owner that's come back from the war, the only one that's come back. And so because they gave some like a sense of hope, they like reopen the cinema, and it's just a wonderful film. Wonderful, yeah.
I need to see that.
Yeah, I definitely need to.
Great film.
And what is it, Ollie? I think this is like The Truman Show, actually. I think this is also, in my opinion, one of the greatest films ever, but that Eternal Sunshine of Spotless Mind.
100%.
I need to get a copy of that. I haven't got a copy.
It's a quality film.
It is absolutely amazing, in it, Ollie. Like, I think that's got to be in like the top 20 films of all time.
Yeah,
I just think it's a beautiful movie, that. And I love the score as well. The score is just so relaxing. It's ornate as well.
I think any film that Charlie Kaufman has written but not directed has been a great film. Like Being John Malkovich is excellent adaptation. But then when he started directing his own films, I think that's where he's gone wrong, because his last one he did, I didn't like at all. I'm thinking of ending things.
Yeah.
I couldn't get through it. I think I watched half an hour and thought, what on earth is going on?
I thought it was shit, mate. I didn't like that film at all. It was a proper snooze fest. I was just so bored with just watching two people just talking a car for like an hour or so, and it's like, is this going anywhere? It was like that. I'd rather, I must admit, I might as well just be watching Peter Kay's Car Share. It was like that. But I will say to you, though, Ollie, have you seen Cinedoch New York?
I was just going to say that he did direct that one, but I've not seen that one. That's Philip Seymour Hoffman, isn't it? Yeah.
It is amazing, man. But
it's really expensive, though, the Blu-ray now, isn't it, I think?
I know. They need to do a reissue of that, but I will say, Ollie, it's absolutely fantastic. But for myself personally, it's one of the most bleak and quite depressing, but yet beautiful and fantastical movies I've ever seen. It's absolutely terrific.
Yeah, need to look out for that. I read today he's doing a new one. Who was in it? Let me see if I can get it up on my phone quickly.
It's been a really good stream, this, hasn't it, Roy?
Yeah, it's been good fun.
Eddie Redmayne and Tessa Thompson are in his new film.
Okay.
But it's not actually started filming yet. And he did do another one that he just wrote called The Memory Police, which has got Lily Gladstone in from Killers of the Flower Moon. That sounds quite interesting. I think it's like where they're like they like take people's memories, like the police. I don't know, it's set in the future, but it sounded interesting, the synopsis. But I think they finished filming that one. But I think he's a terrific writer. I think Eternal Sunshine's probably and Being John Malkovich. Yeah, they're my two favourites, I think.
Have you seen what is it, Ollie? Anomalisa?
No, because did he write and direct that, or just write? I think he just wrote that one, didn't he?
I think I'm pretty sure he might have. I could be wrong. I thought he might have directed that one as well. But that's basically, mate, the stop motion version of Lost in Translation.
Oh, is it?
That is an amazing movie. That I loved it.
I did watch a trailer the other day for a new film called The Actor, and that said it was from the creators of Anomalisa, and it looked really interesting. It's got Andre Holland, Gemma Chan, Toby Jones is in it. Look quite good. It's about an actor. I think it has like memory. He gets hit on the head or something, and he loses his memory. And it looks very. You can watch the trailer. It only just comes. It looks very like fantastical. Like it looks like something that Charlie Kaufman would do, but I don't know whether he's actually got any involvement in it. But yeah, that one looks quite promising. I think that one's out next month.
Cool.
So yeah. Giz has said, first time watch tomorrow for me is Stormy Monday. It was recommended to me as a classic British gangster film. Have you all seen it? I can't say I've heard of that one.
No, I don't know it.
Good.
No.
You like that one, don't you, Geordie?
Yeah, it's like a neo-noir, and it's like kind of set like in like a kind of in the jazz scene in Newcastle.
Oh.
And Newcastle, like just the way they shoot it and everything is just really stylish and just really cool. I really liked it.
Wait, did you talk about that in one of your videos recently?
Yeah,
Tommy Lee Jones?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that's where I've heard. Yeah, I've heard of it now. Now you've said about that, but yeah, look, I probably like that one. That one looks quite good.
Yeah, it's decent. And I picked it up on Arrow in CEX. And the Arrow edition is really nice. But yeah, I was actually really impressed by it.
I'll have to look out for that. It does sound interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah, it's I would say Stormy Monday, and then there's actually a couple others, Ollie, that I want to check out. It's based in Newcastle. One that I actually discovered through Roy. It's a film called Payroll, which is like set in the early 60s. You really like that one, don't you, Roy?
And there's one scene set in my town. Well, filmed in my town, which is a bit weird, isn't it? Like, it's all northeast, apart from one scene, which is filmed in Rugby, miles away. Yeah, really, really, really good. The only weird thing about it was set in Newcastle, but there's not one Geordie accent.
Yeah. That's a bit like, isn't it, Roy, with Get Carter? You don't hear many, not that this is a problem or anything, but you don't hear many Geordie accents in Get Carter, a bit like even with the Likely Lads as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I suppose actors were all lovies, weren't they, at the time? So
I definitely, and I want to check out, I think, Roy, you might get a kick out of this film, no pun intended, because it's a football film. You might get a kick out of it.
Hey, I think we've done there.
There's I think it's based in Gateshead called Purely Bell. I want to check that out as well.
All right, no, I don't know that one.
Yeah, I think it's about 2 Newcastle United season ticket holders. Yeah, I want to check that out at some point.
Wasn't the Gold films, weren't they set in Newcastle?
The first one was. That is not a bad movie, mate. I quite like the first one of that.
Yeah, it was all right from what I remember.
Yeah, very predictable, but I did like it, yeah.
There's 3 or 4 of them in the end, wasn't there?
I think there was about 3 or 4, a bit like with Green Street, wasn't there?
Yeah. I've got Mad Marty's movie reviews.
Marty.
Hey, Marty.
Top guy.
Okay. Yeah, Marty's all right, isn't he?
Oh, great guy, mate, yeah.
So we caught up with the comments again. So I have got a few more topics I've written down to talk about before we end the stream. First one, I can kind of predict where this is going to go because I think I kind of know all of your answers, but I'll ask it anyway. Who's your favourite actor or actress and their best film in your opinion?
Oh. Okay.
Mine's an easy one anyway because, like, mine is Dustin Hoffman.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about him that I absolutely love. I just love how, like, just diverse his, like, characters are, and, like, he can just kind of adapt to so many different kinds of characters. So it's definitely Dustin Hoffman for me. And then what was the best movie?
Actress and best film. Yeah.
Oh, best actress. Best actress for me it's probably like someone like Jennifer Connelly. I absolutely love her. And I think she's in some like incredibly underrated movies as well. And then best movie. I think for me, best movie for Dustin Hoffman is probably Midnight Cowboy. It's probably my favorite. and just that performance is like it's just
so sad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's incredible.
It's such a sad performance from him, but fantastic. Yeah,
and I just love everything about that movie, to be honest.
Me too. Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it, Jodie? And we were talking about kind of films that made a bit of an impression with like being like a bit of a sad ending and stuff. I would say that one as well, Midnight Cowboy, just such a bleak ending, but yet fantastic film, like you say. Yeah, really good, that one.
I think it's because of the hope, because like obviously John Voight's character, he's got the hope that he's going to be all right, and then when he just dies on the bus, it's just heartbreaking.
Yeah, and it's like how it's just so great storytelling that like you can have characters that are like really like Ratso is just such a like he's not a very like kind of likable character at the start, but you just for some reason just grow to just absolutely love him.
Yeah.
You know, he's just the things he gets up to and everything are really like just really bad, but it just the storytelling and the way they build up the friendship and everything for me, I just love it. So yeah, when the ending happened, it just absolutely broke me.
Yeah. Have you seen... Go on, Ollie. Sorry.
I was going to say, Jodie, have you seen Mad City? I think that's a really good Dustin Hoffman
really
film.
Good.
Yeah, John Travolta as well.
He like actually talks about it that like it's one of his like most embarrassing films that he's done, that he doesn't like it. But I think it's a great
it's a good thriller.
Yeah, I really like that one.
Yeah, I went through a kick a few years ago. I was buying like specific actors' films as many as I can, and Dustin Hoffman was one of them. And my case of DVDs is just full of pretty much all of his films, and most of them I've not seen. Like I got Straw Dogs in there, which I've still not seen. I got Papillon on my shelf. I got Little Big Man on my shelf.
Amazing.
So many films of his that I just randomly bought, and I've still not seen them yet. Tootsie, which I have seen. Yeah, great actor.
There's so many like really kind of like he kind of hits so many different genres, I think. So like you can find like a certain genre and you can find a movie with Dustin Hoffman in it, and like it's just it's such a fun Western. Like it's so much fun.
Yeah, because he kind of went from like drama with like The Graduate and Midnight Cowboy, and then he did like Straw Dogs, which is like a dark thriller, and then you got like Little Big Man Western, then Tootsie comedy. Yeah, very versatile. And then now he's done like Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium, the Kung Fu Panda films, which are like family friendly. Yeah, great actor.
Kramer versus Kramer. I know Ollie, you like your drama. So like,
I completely forgot about that, but I've got that. It's on my shelf. It's in my like classics collection. I love that.
Yeah, amazing in it, Josie. I was literally thinking of that another like a well-acclaimed Dustin Hoffman film, and Kramer vs. Kramer. I watched it like 3 months ago. It's a 5 out of 5 film for me, Jodie. I absolutely love it. I just think that is some of the best acting put to screen. That film, it's absolutely amazing. And Rain Man is fantastic as well. Really good film, and I do really want to check out as well Straight Time, because I've heard that's really good.
Got that. Yeah, I've got that on my shelf to watch, but I've not seen it yet.
It's fantastic. It's just so like kind of gritty, and like there's so many heartbreaking kind of scenes in it as well. Like it's just really tough, because it's like kind of about how, you know, he's sort of like a career kind of criminal, and he's just trying, you know, like this is the time now he's going to go straight and he's going to kind of change his life, and everything just keeps going wrong, and it's so heartbreaking. I really highly recommend it, and just that performance as well. Like no one talks about that performance when they talk about Dustin Hoffman, but it's just sensational. So yeah, I definitely would recommend watching that one.
One that he did,
very good.
One that he did that's quite new. I think it came out in 2014, which you might have seen, Jodie. It's called The Choir, where he plays a choir master. It's got Kathy Bates in as well. I thought that was a really good one. Yeah,
it was really sweet.
Yeah, lots of films of his that I need to watch. But I would probably go with Jake Gyllenhaal for my favorite actor, and my favorite film of his is Southpaw.
I knew
And
you
then
were
my
going to say
favourite,
Diesel.
yeah, and then my favourite actress, again, I'm probably quite predictable, is Meryl Streep. And I don't know my favourite because she's been in so many. Like you could say, Deer Hunter or Kramer versus Kramer, or yeah, I'd probably go with one of those to be honest, because she's done so many, and every single performance of hers is different. Which I would say the same for Jake Gyllenhaal. When you watch them in a film, like some actors you watch and you think, oh, that's so and so playing this part, but with both of those actors, when you watch them in a film, you're not seeing them as who they are, you're seeing them as the character. You just don't associate the actor because that's how good they are at their job. And yeah, I just think in that terms, and same like Daniel Day-Lewis is another one who, when you watch him, he's
nice.
like
Brilliant.
Yeah, just some of the best actors. Yeah.
Have you seen that, Ollie? I'll just pick that up. I haven't seen it yet.
I've not seen that one yet. No, I want to get that one because I've heard it's good and I love comedies, and Albert Brooks is I love Albert Brooks.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
I'll keep picking stuff up, then I forget I picked it up.
Yeah, I watched one with Meryl Streep with Jack Nicholson. I think it's a Mike Nichols film called Heartburn. I really enjoyed that from the 80s. That was a decent one. Yeah.
Have you seen The Bridges of Madison County?
That's the car bit at the end when he stood in the rain. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
talk about scenes that make you cry. Yeah, and she's got a handle. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's probably one of my favorites as well. That's one of my favorite Clint films as well. Yeah. 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 What about you, Sam and Roy? I can kind of guess where this is going to go, but go ahead.
You go first, Roy.
Okay, thanks, sir. Sam. Probably won't surprise you, actor, if I say Jimmy Stewart.
No, won't surprise me that.
And so many great ones. Wonderful Life, Destiny Rides Again, all his westerns, The Man from Laramie. But I can't look any further than Rear Window for my favourite. Just brilliant film.
Yeah.
And actress is a bit more difficult. Not the old. I love Betty Davis. Love Marlene Dietrich.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say Marlene Dietrich because you talk about her a lot.
Marlene Dietrich.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's difficult. But I'm going to go more contemporary. I'm going to say Jessica Chastain.
Oh yeah, she's great.
And the favourite being Zero Dark 30, which I think is
fantastic.
Yeah. I've still not seen the film that she won her Oscar for. I've got it in my pile, but it's The Eyes of Tammy Faye, but I've still not seen it yet.
It's really good.
Is it good? Yeah, I'll have to give it a watch.
She disappears into that character, it's just oh, it's brilliant.
That's where she plays like a preacher, isn't it?
She's like
a televangelist.
A Billy Graham type.
Yeah.
I've seen that, and it was all right. Yeah, well, not one of my favourites of hers, but yeah, definitely Zero Dark 30. I think is a favourite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you've said you've seen it. Miss Sloane as well.
Yeah, Miss Sloane's good.
It's good. Yeah.
Molly's Game.
Yeah, Molly's Game. Yeah, I've got that. That's good. That's Aaron Sorkin. He's one of my favourite writers. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, it's brilliant films.
Yeah. What about you, Sam?
There's so many great ones, but like I said, actor, probably Tom Hanks has got to be up there, and like Ethan Hawke. I'd say Ethan Hawke probably has become one of my favourite actors more recently. I would say more like TV actor probably would be David Tennant, obviously because I'm, my childhood hero and all that with Doctor Who. But my favourite, David has done like a lot of films and stuff, and there's been some solid ones. But yeah, and who else would probably be up there? I think Tom Hanks, and I'd have to go with Roy's favourite ever film with my
favourite film.
Take it away, Roy.
Don't go there.
I didn't know he starred in a film called Don't Go There.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. It's a new one to me. I have to check that
Forrest Gump.
So yeah, I'll have to go.
I just can't believe that Roy doesn't like it. It's like one of mine and Sam's favorite. Well, it's my favorite film of all time, and Roy despises it, and that's
it's awful.
That makes me feel down.
Forrest Gump, is that what you're?
Yeah.
I hate it.
Oh my! What is going on?
What is happening, Ollie?
I don't know.
What's going on?
Back me up, Jody. It's terrible, isn't it?
Universe.
I just like it's the character. I think it's just I don't know the way he goes on. I just can't sit through that film ever again.
No, it's terrible. See,
I'm sorry.
It's gotta be honestly, Roy. I am so shocked, and not just tonight. Look, but like over the years of how divisive that film is. I thought that it was one of these where 9 times out of 10 most people love that film, but I've come across where a lot of people don't really get on with it. It's a bit of a surprise, really, but yeah, I'm obviously respectful towards everyone's opinions. I love Forrest Gump, but I obviously know it works for a lot of people, and it doesn't work for a lot of people. It's absolutely fair enough, guys. But yeah, I think when I first watched it, Ollie, like with yourself, when I gave it that first viewing, it just really hit a good note with me. Definitely. And Jodie, the best part of the movie for you, asked Roy, was it the box of chocolates?
Oh God.
No, the end.
Yeah, that's what I said. Teasing Roy. Yeah, when the feather comes down and it goes black, he was clapping.
Yeah. But yeah, probably good Tom Hanks would be up there, and I'd probably would say Ethan Hawke. Probably recently, I would say probably like say the Before trilogy or Boyhood. I think is amazing. That's probably one of my favorite films ever. And then oh, is that Cosmo?
That's Cosmo. Say hello.
Oh, he's gorgeous.
That way. Look the other way. Look. You good boy.
I tell you a good film, Sam, Ethan Hawke film, if you've not seen it, that I caught on Netflix the end of last year. It's called Predestination.
That's a great film.
I've not seen that one, actually.
It messes with your mind. It's one of the most twistiest films I've ever seen, but it is so good.
Yeah, I need to check out more Ethan Hawke films I've not seen, like with the Black Phone and
yeah, Black Phone's great.
Oh, I've heard it's really good, mate. And there's one I did watch that was from A24, and I thought it was a really good, more like psychological film. That First Informed.
Oh yeah, where he plays a priest, doesn't he?
Yeah, I thought that was really good. That, mate. Really enjoyed that, and God bless him.
You're getting closer to the
And actress, I'm gonna have to go with sorry, Ollie.
That's okay.
I didn't know it was Cats the Musical.
Oh gosh, is that your favourite film, Sam?
Oh God, no. I've not even seen it, thank God.
No, I've not had the courage to sit through that. The trailer was enough.
Oh man, it was like 2 absolute pants movies that came out that same day, wasn't it, Ollie? It was Cats and The Rise of Shite Walker.
Oh gosh. That was a bad day for cinema.
Yeah. Man, it did my head in, but yeah, I would probably say favourite actress would probably be Margot Robbie, and I'd say, yeah, Wolf of Wall Street. I'd probably go something like that.
Gotta be Wolf of Wall Street, ain't it? That's just I, Tonya's a great film though as well, isn't it?
Absolutely amazing in it, man. Do you know what, Ollie? It's great when we come on the stream and we just talk about all these amazing films, and you know, like if they ever did like a if they ever did like a sequel to The Wolf of Wall Street, it could be like a horror film called The Werewolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Did you like that one, Roy?
I've been a bit distracted. I'm sorry.
Basically, Roy, I said if there was like a bit of a horror sequel to The Wolf of Wall Street, The Werewolf of Wall Street.
I'd watch that. That's it. All gone.
Has anyone seen the new Tom Hanks movie with Robin Wright? It's like where they like.
I want to see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Robert Zemeckis again,
Yeah.
and it's the same writer as Forrest Gump, and obviously it's Robin Wright again. So I watched that as soon as I could, and yeah, I thought it was great. It's very weird because of the technology, because it's obviously very new technology, and it's the first film that's used it. But the story itself is and the idea, the concept is just Paul Bettany's fantastic in it. I mean, he's got a great role in it. Yeah. Have you seen it, JD?
No, I'd really like to watch it though. The concept is so kind of interesting.
I don't think Roy would like it.
What's it called?
Here.
No, I don't know it.
No, I don't, it's if you don't like Forrest Gump,
you've not sold it to me.
If you don't like Forrest Gump because of the sentimentality, then you will not like it, because it's basically just about a house and basically about the people that live within this house. It's all in one frame, like the camera doesn't move, and it just goes through time at these different families that live in this house, primarily focusing on Tom Hanks's family, who was there from like the 40s, I would say, all the way through to the present day. And it's just about their lives through this, in this one room, and how they're what happened and the big changes and the big things that happened in their lives within this room. I just thought it was great. I thought it was great.
It might surprise me. You never know.
Who knows? If it does, that'd be the biggest surprise ever. Because, but yeah, you might like it.
Yeah.
Is it out on disc or anything?
No, I think it's Curzon, I think. It released it in the cinemas, so you might be able to get it. I don't know if it'd be on Curzon yet, but I know they were the ones that distributed it over here in the cinemas. But if you've got a VPN, it is on American Netflix.
It'd be on Fire Stick Plus then, I bet.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that's where I watched it.
House.
Go on, Roy. Sorry.
So what's it called again? House.
Here.
Right. I'll. That could be my new homework.
That's good homework. Sam's homework's easy. Aliens.
Yes.
Because it's not changed. It's not changed for 3 weeks.
Yeah, and it's a real good. What was that? Sorry, Roy.
He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy.
I love that film. I'd happily have Life of Brian as my homework. I love that film.
That is just one of the funniest films. I just love that film.
It's great. I tell you what, Ollie, it is an acquired taste, but my favourite comedy film of all time, and I stand by that. It's got to be The Holy Grail.
I've not seen that one yet.
That's the amazing film. Have you seen that, Roy?
Yeah, it's The Holy Grail.
Yeah. I love it. It's just so out there. It's proper bonkers. It's bombastic, but I just love it for all of them reasons. It's just
and the meaning of life.
Oh, meaning of life. I quite like meaning of life as well. To be fair, mate. Yeah. I will agree with you though, Roy. I think Monty Python did a better job with their movies than the TV series, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, definitely. So kind of a bit of a shame we never got, like a movie or even a Christmas special out of Fawlty Towers. That would have been brilliant. Yeah. Talk about a show that wouldn't get made now, Roy?
Yeah, but did you not see they're trying to bring it back?
I know.
John Cleese's and his daughter is actively trying to bring it back, and they're going to set it in France. I was like, what on earth? And he said it's going to be, and it's going to be anti-woke was the words he used. Yeah. I thought, what on earth is this man trying to do?
It would just not be the same now, Ollie. It just, because there's a lot of stuff, and I love Fawlty Towers, but there's a lot of stuff back then they just would not get away with now. And I think I'd be interested to see how it'll be in line for when they do the stage production of that as well. Because they're meant to be doing that stage production.
Yeah, I saw it was like a weird real thing, like it's in a restaurant, and it's I saw that. Oh, it keeps popping up on my Facebook, but it just looks really odd. I don't know how that's going to work.
I'll tell you what, Right, I love it.
To ruffle feathers, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, he does. He's on his own radio. He's got his own radio channel now, podcast or something. And he's quite he doesn't like all of this stuff that's going on nowadays, shall I say? He likes to say it how it is.
Yeah, I bet Sam Smith would love to see an episode of that.
Oh,
but yeah, I tell you what though, right, what gets me every time I watch Fawlty Towers is that that episode with the fire alarm, the fire drill sequence. That is hilarious.
Yeah, it's just criminal that there's only ever 12 episodes, wouldn't there?
I couldn't believe it, man. I thought, a bit like with The Office UK as well, mate. It was quite short-lived. They did the 2 seasons and the 2 specials.
Christmas specials, yeah.
Yeah, but great stuff. And I will say, actually, Ollie, going back to Tom Hanks, what did you think to A Man Called Otto?
Oh, that's one that I cried at. That was a tough watch. Have you seen it, Roy?
I've seen it, but I did like the original better. A Man Called Ove.
I want to see that. Yeah,
I thought that was a better film.
It's just the ending is just just because of what happens, and just then the narration out because he's narrating, and I was like, oh my gosh, that did me in. That did.
Yeah,
but yeah, great film. And another one that's not got a UK Blu-ray release, and that annoyed me.
It got quite a mixed reception, this, Ollie, but I really liked the film Finch as well off Apple TV.
Yeah, that's another sad one as well. Yeah,
I'd love to see that get a UK Blu-ray as well.
Greyhound was good as well. Have you seen that one?
I've not seen that one.
Is that the war one?
Yeah, that was Stephen Graham as well. That was a decent one.
I have seen that.
Yeah, he's done some decent films. News of the World, that was a good one. Paul Greengrass film.
I've not seen that one.
Yeah, I got that. I picked the American import of that up. He basically plays a bloke that goes around America during like the Western times, the Civil War, I suppose. And I think it's at the end of the Civil War, actually. And he just goes from town to town telling the news of the world. And he meets this young German girl whose something's happened to her family. And he says to her, he promises her that he'd take her to the nearest town. And then it's like sort of like a road Western movie of sorts, but really good film.
The Post is very good.
The Post is excellent. Post is excellent because that's Spielberg, so bound to be good.
Yeah.
I need to check out as well, Ollie. Did I can't remember if it was Robert Zemeckis or Spielberg. Was it Road to what was it? Road to
Sam Mendes. Sam Mendes.
Oh, Sam Mendes, sorry.
Yeah, that's a fantastic film.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one, Geordie?
Yeah, that's brilliant.
I've heard that's really good.
Jude Law's really good, isn't he?
Yeah, Tom Hanks done. Have you ever seen Larry Crown? I really like that.
Not seen that.
It's Tom Hanks. He directed it as well, and Julia Roberts.
Okay.
It's sort of. I don't know if Roy would like it. It's sort of like it is basically a rom-com. He basically plays a man, obviously middle-aged, because this was about 10 years ago it came out, and he gets let go from his job that he's been working at for like years, and he decides to go back to college. And obviously most of the people at college are a lot younger than him, so it's him trying to like fit in with the modern world, and obviously he falls in love with his teacher, who's played by Julia Roberts, and yeah, it's a good, decent film. I really like it. I've watched it a few times now.
Yeah, there's a couple of us actually, Ollie, because as I say, like yourself, Tom Hanks is one of my favourite actors, but there's a lot of films I haven't seen of his. Like, I want to check out, God, what is it? Stuart absolutely loves it. I need to check it out. Joe versus the Volcano.
I think that's one I've not seen yet either, but I've heard good things.
Oh, I hated that movie so much.
Did you not like it, Geordie?
Awful, terrible. It was like I don't know. It was like pulling teeth watching that movie. Now maybe you might like it, but it just for me it was not a runner at all.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Did you like, what is it, Geordie? Sleepless in Seattle.
Yeah, I did. I don't mind that one, and I don't mind You've Got Mail as well. I don't.
I love that film.
Because I had seen those and I didn't know that he was in another film with Meg Ryan. So I said I'd check it out, and oh god, no, never again. But I do like those. I do like Sleepless in Seattle.
Yeah, that's a great film.
He's kind of had like
half an hour of that.
He's kind. Oh dear. He's kind of. He's a bit like I'd say there's 3 actors that have had 3 kind of big careers within I suppose 2 actors that have had 2 like big careers, and then Tom Hanks, who obviously he had like his 80s and 90s. You had like big Sleepless in Seattle, Philadelphia, Forrest Gump, all of the 90s, Road to Perdition, Catch Me If You Can. And then like he went into his like dad phase, I suppose, which started with like Road to Perdition, Catch Me If You Can, and all those. And now he's like kind of come back, and he's got like all these newer ones like The Post and News of the World. Yeah, he was in Catch Me If You Can.
You don't like it?
No, I do.
Oh, I thought you said it's bad.
Oh no.
I thought you said he had a bad session with Catch Me If You Can.
Oh no, a dad.
Yeah.
Oh, a dad.
Yeah.
I thought you said dad.
No, dad session.
Oh, right.
I think what it was, Roy, Ollie was saying, I think he was back with that. I think, were you saying, Ollie?
Yeah. And then the other 2 people that I think have had like really distinct careers is obviously you've got Clint Eastwood, who obviously started off like in films and acting primarily, and then obviously he went through his like he started directing like 70s and 80s, and then obviously he was a mayor, wouldn't he, as well? So like a politician.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
So he's at, and now he's kind of just directing now, but he's had like his work. If you separated it, you could have like 3 directors' careers really, and then you got like one of the biggest like personalities in America now, who has literally had 3 separate careers, and that's Arnie, because obviously he started off bodybuilding. And then he got into acting, and then he's like he was like the governor of California or something, wasn't he? So he's had like 3 huge careers. But yeah, he's done some decent films as well. I don't think he's a particularly great dramatic actor, but I think he's done some decent films over the years.
He's got charisma.
Yeah, definitely. I prefer him to Stallone.
Like The Rock, he's not a good actor, but he's charismatic, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was going to say, Ollie, when we were talking about with what we've been watching, I was going to say I forgot to mention I watched Rocky 3 for the first time last week.
Oh yeah. See, my favourite's Rocky 4.
I've literally just ordered the 4K of that today.
Rocky 4 is the best. You're in for a treat. Yeah, you're in for a treat there. That's my favourite. Just the soundtrack, just the training montages and the snow. Oh, perfect chef's kiss of a film that one is.
Oh, I can't wait to get onto that one. I loved Rocky 2, Ollie, but I'd probably say actually I did prefer Rocky 3, and seeing obviously Apollo Creed's training Rocky in that, and obviously Rocky recovering from what happened to Mickey. Yeah, I thought it was a really interesting, really good film. That.
Do you know anything at all about Rocky 4?
What'd you say, Roy? Sorry?
Do you know anything about it, Rocky 4?
I know he takes on, what's the Russian guy again called?
Ivan Drago.
Yeah. And that's probably about how much I know about like Rocky 4, but I know it's got meant to have
punch.
You're going to cry.
Yeah, you will cry.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Like this might be another one of those films that made me cry watching. Well, actually, I was trying to keep it together, Ollie, when watching What Happened to Mickey in the third one.
Yeah, it's up there with that.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately, you've got to sit through the 5th one, which is not up to the first one. It's okay.
Yeah,
there's not an actual fight. They just fight in the street, and it's just bizarre. And then you got Rocky Balboa, which I really liked. I thought Rocky Balboa was really good, yeah. And then have you seen the Creed films?
I was gonna say, Ollie, until like the start of the month, excuse me, until the start of the month, I've only seen Rocky Balboa and the Creed movies. But yeah, Rocky Balboa's really good. The Creed trilogy is fantastic, and obviously always a bonus with the first film is it's part of it is set at Goodison Park as well, the home to Everton. Yeah, because it's what's the guy called? Roy, is it Tony Bellew?
Tony Bellew.
Who's it?
Tony Bellew, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah.
But if you've seen Creed, then you probably sort of know what happens in Rocky 4.
Yeah,
if you've seen it.
Yeah, I must admit, Ollie, I've only seen Creed the once, and that was at the cinema. So it was probably about probably over 9 years ago when I last watched it. I've got a thin idea of what happens in regards to the original Creed movie, but yeah, I think in one way it's a good that I've kind of I don't remember too much about the first Creed movie going into the fourth movie, I would say, but from what I remember, the first Creed movie, mate, fantastic, and I probably would say the second one was probably, in my opinion, probably a bit better.
I didn't like the third one at all. I thought the third one was just not up to the standard of the first one or the second one. I don't know whether it's because they gave the reins to him for directing it as well, but I just thought the story was just, and I think obviously it was missing Sylvester Stallone as Rocky. Obviously having that sort of, he didn't really have any mentor in it, and it was kind of just left on his own. And yeah, I just don't think the third one worked for me as much as the other ones.
Yeah, the third one is. I agree with you, Ollie. The third one is, for me, my least favourite of the Creed trilogy. I still did really like the third one, but I can agree it's my least favourite. But I thought it was interesting that obviously Michael B. Jordan in what was the other guy? What's he called? Is it from Judas and the Black Messiah? What's the actor called, Ollie?
Oh, the very controversial actor now, Jonathan Majors.
I don't know what's happened.
He's got this big like court trial going on because he hit his girlfriend, like attacked her or something.
Oh my god, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he was like had this like big promising career because he was in he's obviously played Kang in the MCU, and obviously that he was supposed to be the next big bad in the MCU before they've obviously had to completely scrap it, and obviously now bring back Robert Downey Jr. But yeah, because of what's gone on in his personal life, he's been blacklisted completely. He even shot a film called Magazine Dreams, which showed at Sundance. I want to say it was not last year, the year before, maybe it was last year, and it got rave reviews, and it's only just coming out now, but they're like hiding it because obviously they don't really want to publicize that he's the star of this film because he's I mean, I don't know what happened exactly, but I know that it was quite serious, and they like kind of tried to hide him away and push everything that he'd done out. But yeah, he was supposed to be quite a promising actor because he did quite a few decent things. Obviously, he was in Creed 3 and played Kang, but yeah,
it was a bit like, what is it, Ollie, the guy, what was it, the main guy in and obviously Kevin Spacey, but the other guy who played Baby in Baby Driver.
Oh, Ansel Elgort, yeah.
Yeah, I know there was a bit of back press about him, and then there was recently was it Ezra Miller.
Oh yeah, but to me, he's not a great actor. I mean, the only thing that I thought he was good in was one of my favorite films, which is The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
I absolutely love that film.
Yeah, but other than that, like The Flash and The Fantastic Beasts, all these big franchise films he's been in, I just think he's just not very good.
I thought that, oh god, Ollie, I tell you what, the Flash though, and then the original Justice League, I was just so bored. I was so bored at the cinema watching that.
Everything with Michael Keaton in The Flash, I loved. Everything outside of that, I didn't like. If it was just the Batman, what is it? Is it Batman Beyond, I think the story is, where it's like an older Batman. If they'd have done that, which they were supposed to do anyway, but obviously they didn't because of the backlash of the Flash, I'd have loved that, because I think just seeing Michael Keaton back in that suit was just, oh yeah, made me giddy.
Yeah, honestly, Ollie, I couldn't have agreed more. I think if they did, like, you know, when the Flash is the main focus of the movie, if they swapped that with the Batman, maybe the Flash was still at the assistant, possibly played by a different actor, I don't know, then it could have made for a more enjoyable movie. But because it was, you know, like...
Right. Hello.
Hi, mate, you okay?
Hi. Hello, guys.
No.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm very well.
Good.
Yeah, good, thanks.
I'm just off to bed, so...
Me in a minute.
Yeah. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Take care, Nathan.
See you later.
See ya.
Right, I think that's my cue as well, because my wife will be up in a minute.
Yeah.
So it's been a good stream.
Oh, it's been amazing.
That's been a great stream. Unfortunately, we didn't get through all the comments because we've been off on a tangent, but there's not too many comments left, so that's fine.
Do you want to quickly do the comments then before I?
Yeah, we can quickly go through if you want.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Giz said, "Cheers, guys. Great to hear you all. Bye for now. Thanks for joining, Giz."
Yes.
We've got Big Boy Beza. Evening, everyone. Gonna let you choose my film tonight over The Burning, The World's End, or 28 Days Later. Bit of a random selection, but cheers for the choice regardless. I'm going 28 Days Later for that one.
The World's End.
Burning.
I'll probably go to The World's End as well.
The World's End wins then. The Burning is a great slasher. The Scream Factory 4K is stunning looking. Can't say I've ever seen it.
Yeah, it's great.
The Burning's great. It's really good, Ollie.
Oh yes, looks stunning, but would be a first time watch for me. But have the Arrow Steelbook, but may upgrade depending on how I find it.
That's Marcus's lad, isn't it?
It is.
I think so. Yeah. It was a first time watch for me. Extremely violent in parts. Yeah, I picked up as it was a video suggestion from Marcus.
Yeah.
It said Predestination is a brain fire. It definitely is, but I think it's a great film. It's a great film. Tom Hanks' The Man Called Otto was good. It definitely was.
Yeah, I love that film.
Bachelor Party is an early Tom Hanks film, similar humour to American Pie. I've not seen that one yet.
That's the other one, Si. Thank you. That I was thinking of. That I was trying to think of another Tom Hanks early film I need to check out. And the Bachelor Party was it? And Ollie, you're gonna have to remind me, because I discovered this through Andy, Forgotten World of Movies. Did you watch That Thing You Do?
I've not. That's one of the few Tom Hanks films I've not seen yet. I think it's mainly just his, I think it's mainly just his earlier stuff I've not seen. Yeah.
Yes,
said loved Bachelor Party. Adam says, good night, ladies and gents. Thanks for a great stream. See you on the next one. All the best. Cheers. Thanks for joining, Adam.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you.
That is it. We're at the end of the comments. So I'm going to end this one quickly because then we're going to go back into the lobby. Thanks for joining, everyone. And we'll go again next week. So, yeah, until then, thanks, everyone. Bye.
Take care, guys.
Bye.